I'm tired of Jeff Bezos. I really is. And
Why?
I'm just, with Amazon, I love Amazon. I love it. I want something, I get it in 2 days, and that's just wonderful. And I've never. I mean, I learned my lesson real early with Wish, um, not trusting them. But I was like, I'm gonna do a cool costume this year. I'm gonna do Mr. T. I got a beard, and I think I can look like Mr. T. And so I thought about this for months, but of course, I procrastinated, and I was like, 3 weeks ago, we talked about doing this Halloween um, simulcast, and I was like, okay, Mr. T, that'll be kind of funny and cool character to be Halloween in. I'm gonna order it. I went to Amazon and I seen this dude. See, la 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 la. I pity the fool. I pity the fool who don't get me. And I was all fine with that. And I ordered it. I was like, okay, I like it. Let's do this. And I got it, and I was so mad. So let me show you Mr. T. You see this picture?
My face hurts. Yes.
What is this? I look like a brown chicken. What is this? What is this? Bezos.
You're
Why?
balding.
You went to
even more than
space.
normal.
You went to space.
You couldn't afford all the hair?
Are you buying stuff for Wish? And look, this is black hair.
Oh.
See that? See that? Look at that little mohawk. What is this?
Wow. Marsha, you look like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh my gosh.
$21. I want my tax back. All the money in taxes.
Oh my gosh.
God, I pity the food buys this. And I don't know what company this is, but guess what? We're not taking your advertising money. Look what you're doing on my first live.
You know what?
Look.
You should have put Gorilla Glue on with that. Then you could have had all the money after. Because
I was supposed to wear this tomorrow at work.
Oh my god.
So that's gonna be 8 hours full of laughs at my expense. Thank you very much. Go to space and then say, look at him. That's intimidating. That is, hey, I'm gonna give you candy at the door. Look at this. What is this? And then
I don't know. You look like a.
I look like one of the chickens from Chicken Run.
Hey, I like that movie.
I didn't say it was a bad movie, but that's not one of the best characters I want to go in.
Let Chicken Little go ahead and say the sky is falling for me.
All right, audience, nerdy parents, all you with young kids, we got a show for you. Just pop on your AirPods, and we're gonna get you through this journey. Do not weigh your kids bags down with rocks just to get through it. Don't let them have a decent Halloween. Don't skip all the good neighborhoods. You want the good neighborhoods. Them kids need that. And don't be going by the liquor store before you take them kids out to get you some pick-me-up juice. Don't worry, your heroes are here. We're the Nerds of Tomorrow. We're live from the Nerdverse. Hear us on the Nerds of Tomorrow podcast. Look for us on the Nerds of Tomorrow network on YouTube and Twitch. And find us on the socials. The Nerds of Tomorrow network, same name on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for promos and upcoming projects. This is Knott's Presents. This is our Halloween special, our Halloween semi-cast live. So we've never been live before, right, Angie?
Nope.
We've never been live before,
right?
Right?
Else to say? No, we've never been live.
I'm just going to reiterate that to you, because we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for people.
Yeah. Looking for more content, always.
A little favorite self-promotion.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I'm SumBeardedNerd, and of course, I am
That
Mr.
failed.
T today.
Failed,
I
Mr.
want to
T.
apologize.
Mr. F. You are now Mr.
Yes.
F. That
All
is
right.
too funny.
Introduce yourself and what's your costumes?
I'm just Angie. Hi, everybody. I failed at my costume. I am really relying on these beautiful, lined up kitty ears. So that's kind of all I had.
I was really thinking he was going to be a potato. For some reason, I was like, in the back of my head,
I don't know
she's going to be a potato.
how could I do a potato? I guess I could have just worn a brown
Sputnik.
bag. I could have just wore a brown bag.
Yeah, get a little potato sack.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I have like leopard printed pants on. So, and then like my
Nice.
sweatshirt is kind of rainbow and my hair's pink. So I kind of look more like I don't know, like a emo gamer girl kind of thing.
Nice. Me every day.
Mama Bear, people are wondering what you are.
Me, I am the bear, of course. Was not, no pun intended. I promise it wasn't. It was last minute, and I was like, oh, I see a bear onesie. So I gotta represent my name.
I think it's fabulous. I mean,
Thank you. I
you
even
can
did my
totally
little
wear it when
name.
it gets cold. I know that was when you popped up with that. I was like, that is so cute.
Thank you.
The true mama bear right there.
Yeah,
Gotta represent.
your hair's
Not you.
Just that.
Not you adjusting the.
Well,
Not you adjusting the hair.
A pity fool. Whoever buys
Sure.
this again.
If you go and leave a report on Amazon.com, leave a with the code.
I'm getting my money back. But after Halloween, of course. I'm going to wear it, but after
Oh, yeah.
Halloween, I'm putting that request in.
Well, guess I'm last. It's me, Juggernaut, and I am Papa Legba, voodoo deity, also from American Horror Story.
Oh, nice.
Hey, heck yeah.
That's cool. I really like that.
So I'm actually I'm from the Bahamas, and let's just say family has some voodoo heritage in there. So I thought it just fitting.
That's super cool.
Yes.
I'm excited about this Halloween special. I don't know which one of y'all mentioned it to me. Saying, hey, let's do something on Halloween. But I was like, you know what? That'd be kind of fun and cool, and to give us our audience something to listen to while they drag the kids on. Or if you not even have kids, you just sitting down and at your house and want to pass out candy, you can turn this on because we will be having this on the podcast on Saturday. So for listening, for our listening audience. So we will remember that this will also be visual in listening too. But you know what? I love Halloween, and it's not one of my favorite days, but it's up there.
Shame on
It's
you.
just I don't know, just the interaction and this the anticipation, But I was trying to think about segments what we're going to do, and then I was like, well, let me get the essence of Halloween. And I ran down a weird rabbit hole about how um, companies were really marketing the holidays for sweets and trying to put more sweets in like Christmas and Easter. And so there was this holiday Halloween that's roaming around. They was calling it the All Saints Day, and it's like, well, what if we put combine what they call the sweetest day into Halloween, and that's how we got trick or treating. So, damn economy's done it again. Hallmark took over
I was gonna say, so is it
Valentine's Day,
like a
and
company driven holiday, kind of like Valentine's Day?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
gotcha.
and it's like God, why we gotta always let them win? Because they say during the holiday uh
Because they're
day,
greedy.
600 million pounds of candy sold. And they gave a reference that the Titanic was 100 million pounds. So that's six Titanics. And I was like, goodness.
That's a
Those are
lot.
some chubby kids.
Now,
Me.
now,
But then again, how many like adults are buying candy and going home and gorging themselves on candy because they don't have kids? I am one of them.
I wait.
no.
So
I was like,
I'm the
I was
chubby
gonna say I
kid.
don't know nobody. I was gonna
I
say I
wait.
don't know nobody, but if uh,
I
you
wait
said
till
it,
after Halloween to get all those discount candy
Oh
sales.
yeah.
Ooh,
So you
man.
know, the day after, all that candy's gonna be on sale.
I know. I'm always afraid
No.
though the good candy's gonna be gone.
oh, the good candy's always gone.
All
I
the
know.
time. All the time.
But it just makes you just wonder why do certain holidays get celebrated over the others? Like,
Marketing, always.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
it's a
sure
good
corporate
marketing.
marketing. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I
Most
see in the
definitely.
future when we mess up planet Earth, I think
Like tomorrow.
Earth Day will be a big spectacle holiday. You know,
It's always about them kids. F
Of
them
course.
kids.
but you think
It,
about it too, like
Mm.
what they associate with Halloween, like pumpkins. Pumpkins is like one of the worst vegetables. This nasty, like who really messes with pumpkins
Hold
other
on.
than Halloween and
I
Thanksgiving?
You
mean,
don't like
Who's
pumpkin
checking for
pie?
pump? No, who's checking for pumpkins? Like
I'm
other
checking for
than these
pumpkin
Yes.
2 months.
pie.
Yes.
that's the
Oh,
one right
Right.
there. I'm
I'm
gonna get
all
some
about
pie.
that PSL,
Okay.
Yes.
Pumpkin
basic white girl
spice.
drink.
You have busted
Yes.
pumpkin spice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't drink it,
just
but
and
I know plenty of people who do.
just Angie, do you be drinking pumpkin spice on Valentine's Day?
It's not available. It's only an autumn drink. Is
Yep.
It's not
It's
her fault.
pumpkin spice.
yeah.
So Halloween's a autumn holiday.
Yes.
I mean, it's probably got something to do with seasonal. You know,
Yes. Seasonal. That's what I was. The other one I was trying to think of.
you can't grow
Man, I think the
pumpkins.
government made a deal with all the pumpkin farmers. And it's like, hey, we're going to help you out, give you a little stimulus, and
I feel
give
like
you a
you're reaching.
holiday, you know?
I'm weak. He
You are
reaching
reaching.
hard.
Yeah. Well, they used to make them out of turnips. Did you fall down that rabbit hole?
No, but
Yeah. So they didn't
okay.
originally use pumpkins.
Okay,
They
so
used turnips.
I guess I will do pumpkins. If I
And
get a
no,
turnip or a radish, it's TP in
horrible.
your house that night.
Oh,
Well, you better be careful. You know that TP is going to get expensive if you use it up again, and no one's going to have anything to wipe their booties because
and we go
everybody has
reuse,
now
reduce,
decided
recycle. Yeah.
we're going to have to ration TP again. Good God.
Speaking
Parents are
of
going to need
scary stuff,
17 things of TP.
you remember in like 2006 when the times were normal and people wasn't hoarding tissues? We had all them clowns in South Carolina in the woods just popping up out of nowhere. What happened to them?
I saw one of those.
What in
See,
real life?
Yeah. One of those like
Oh
random
no.
people dressed as a clown, like on the side of the street in
How do
like the
you know
middle
there's a
of
person
nowhere
inside?
because he was moving. I can only assume. I mean, when things move, I assume
you
they're
know,
alive. Unless
Could have been.
there are some sort of animatronics that I don't know about that, Elon
amen.
Musk is behind some shit.
Well, people are always starting fads and stuff like that. And I just thought it was a fad because, you'll see it on Facebook here or there and stuff like that,
Mhm.
Twitter. But then you start seeing it on the national news. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm
okay, what's
sleepy.
going on? I was like, we're not going to do the attack of clowns here or the killer clowns. We're not going to do it. Once you make
No,
national news, you money.
Yeah,
that's how you get booped in the nose right there. Booped in the
yeah.
snoot.
Mm.
That's how you get shot. Just gonna
Well,
put that
I,
out there. Just gonna
Exactly.
say it.
I
Sorry, not
don't
sorry.
I don't do woods anyway. I don't do hiking. Don't ask me to go camping. Don't ask me to go nowhere out in the woods. If I'm
Man.
going to sleep outside, I'm thinking either I'm homeless or evicted. That's the only way I'm sleeping
Oh,
outside.
You're having
I,
before.
I'm
I'm right
not
there with you.
I am
Yeah.
not camping,
I
going to the woods, and nothing.
Me neither.
So
No
I was
chance.
cool. I wasn't going. The news says watch out for the woods, and I was like, that's fine because I'm not going there
yeah,
anyway.
I won't be there anyway.
So
It's just like,
luckily, I live in a state where it's open carry, so we didn't have to worry
oh,
about no
Uh,
clouds. You
Oh,
see a
okay, you good.
cloud run around, it's like doop doop doop, it's over.
right. But like, what's a person thinking too? Like, some of these, I think people put like time and effort into like the costume that they put on and just like the vibe.
Hmm.
Like, what do you else? Do you have nothing better to do? Like, obviously you don't, but like, I think you need therapy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, like
you go talk to somebody.
a
Don't
lot
talk
of
to
these
me,
folks need help. Yeah, trust me, I'm the same way. I'm like, I ain't no therapist unless you want to pay me. Then I could be,
just
like,
seek some professional help, please.
run me
Yeah,
my
he would
money.
say,
But
yeah.
okay, guys. Let's start with some topics. I wanted to start off with it's almost Halloween, and so last year I was very excited to see a movie trailer, and it was had Paul Rudd in it. Well, I'm just gonna say it was Ghostbusters Afterlife,
Oh
but of
yeah.
course
oh,
the pandemic happened because remember it was going to come out last year, but the pandemic happened, so they showed the trailer and just put it on the back burner. And I was like, well, I'm just going to wait till everything opens back up and the movie industry opens back up. And of course, it came back around. And so, summer, I was checking for it. I was like, I know it's coming. Know it's coming. I didn't see nothing heavy till September. And I was like, wow, that's kind of a late kind of push to start pushing your trailers in September if you're going to be what I was assuming a October movie. Because if you're thinking about Ghostbusters, what's the perfect? When do you think a Ghostbusters movie should drop?
Oh, Halloween.
yeah, Halloween, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, at least if I was them 2 weeks before Halloween, you got anticipation and stuff like that. Because if you're talking about a iconic movie like a Ghostbusters, you're not only getting the money revenue for the showing during Halloween, you're getting all that toy money, and
Yeah.
costume money. Because if a Ghostbuster movie's coming out, definitely costumes for the Ghostbuster movies coming out, and so you
Yeah.
would think October, Eve, the beginning, as soon as October started, they would start. All right, we're dropping this. It's going to be on the box office first weekend of October. It
Hmm.
just it just makes you wonder what was the hiccup because I don't think there's the original plan was November the 17th. I'm thinking they said they're going to drop, and I'm like, God, that's what can you do? You're going to put out all this merchandise and toys after Halloween. Who's going to really be buying a Ghostbuster costume outfit? Because this movie looks good. It looks good. It looks like a good
Hmm.
kind of reboot, renewed Ghostbuster story franchise. But
Okay.
it's just to do it after Halloween. It's like, oh, no one's really checking for the scary stuff. During Thanksgiving season, and possibly
Well,
where you're running that all the way near Christmas, and unless Ghostbusters is going to be a Halloween Christmas movie, that don't just seem right. I mean, what's y'all's opinion?
I mean,
They
you got
probably,
cosplayers.
yeah. I feel like I saw a lot of the older like Ghostbusters costumes that you could get, like Egon and all those other characters. I
Hmm.
didn't see anything for the new ones, but you wonder too, like if they had enough people to complete production of like merchandise. Like, could they pump out enough stuff fast enough, anyways, to get it on the shelves and get it to people before the movie even came out?
Yeah.
So
Well,
even
so we think they're just going to try to push heavy the Christmas toy market because with the Ghostbuster franchise, the toy industry is pumping toys. You're gonna have
oh yeah,
Slimer, you're gonna
Oh
have
yeah.
their car, you're gonna have the proton packs, you're gonna have that little thing that sucks the ghost up in that contraption. I can never think of.
I don't know what I know it's a trap. That's all I know it's called.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean for it to be Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters mean you have
The proton pack, I feel like, would be the most
the
important thing.
merchandise, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a kid at Comic Con with one that was really nice.
Yeah, but it's probably what OG Ghostbusters.
I probably. It lit up and everything, though. I was very impressed, and he was 7. I thought
I
about
didn't.
punching him, but his parents were there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just
Yo,
thought
I
it was
love the
strange.
outfit.
You
I
know how I
thought it
feel
was
about them kids.
yes. Oh, okay. Story time,
Watch that.
Angie.
Watch
Are
that
you
for an
passing out
early
candy?
episode. Fuck. Oh, sorry. No.
She already told you how she feels. F them
I know.
kids.
I told
it's
you.
not- yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate the candy. I'm going to eat my own candy because I am a selfish bitch. So
I I loathe them people who pass out them sun raisins. What's it called? Sun maids.
oh,
I made
Oh,
reason.
the
spoiler
worst.
alert.
The
That is
worst
on my list.
invention in humankind was the invention of wine, and not because of wine, is because people are like, what are we gonna do with these dried up grapes? And they're like, hey, let's just put them in a box and sell them as raisins. No, raisins are the
I'm
nastiest.
so weak.
Get
What?
them out of here.
You
I
a
like
hater.
raisins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Raisins are fire.
They're all right. Yeah,
Raisins,
chocolate
raisins
covered
is
ones.
pretty. Yeah.
Oh,
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 Wait,
oh, you like raisins? Oh,
did you
I'm
have
chocolate
any other
sorry.
raisins?
fruit though? Like legitimate fruit? Did anybody like apples or bananas or like some BS like that in their little pillowcases? I didn't get a cool Halloween bag. I had a pillowcase.
Pillowcase.
That's what
That's
everybody
old
had. I
school.
thought
That's definitely old school.
I'm
I
weak.
got the
the bigger the
Walmart sack.
pillowcase, the better.
Yes.
I got the OG Walmart sack. I mean, I didn't get too much fruit. There's plenty of candy that was just horrible. Just
Yeah.
horrible that you would get. Like there's like
Uh,
like
well, well, we will talk about the candies, but later. Miss Jess
Mhm.
Angie she's our candy correspondent. Good candy, bad candy.
Yeah.
Don't worry though, and because I'm sorry,
I feel
Juggernaut.
like I
We'll
got
shame her
everybody.
if she don't have it right.
she
Okay,
better
we'll
have this
shame her
candy
at the
fire
end.
because we
Yeah.
gonna
Yes.
shame
Not
you.
your
I know what I got. Dang.
not your candy.
Do not come
All
for me.
right. Let's talk about what's the scariest moments of your life in real life. This is Halloween, so let's stick to the scary. Do you want me to go first?
Let's see.
Semi scary story, but it scared me at the time. Uh, I, I'm going to set up the day for you.
Everyone close
Uh,
your eyes.
Me and my younger brother, rest in peace. He we getting out of elementary school. The bus takes us always to the corner. We got a 5-minute walk to the house. That we do that every day after school. Uh, I think I was in second grade, and he had to be in kindergarten. So we was young tights, 8'6". Let's call it that, 8 and 6. So we always do that. This one day, it was a nasty rain and thunderstorm, and the school bus it ain't going. It's not forgiving. Hey, you got that 5-minute walk. You got that 5-minute walk in the rain and the
Yeah.
thunderstorm too. You
Yeah.
know. So we get off the bus and we race to the house, and it's like lightning. This doo 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 everything loud, wet, can't see. Already hearts already pumping. We get to the door and usually turn the door, we're in the house. This time, turn the door's locked.
What?
And yes, and I was like, oh God, our mom's not home. We knock on the door, our mom's not home. Knock on the door, our mom's not home. And it is literally a rainstorming on us.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, hey, calm down, telling my little brother, because, I want to be big brother. And about 50 yards, there's a telephone pole. And this bolt of lightning cracked into that telephone pole, and a big explosion happening, lights turned off and stuff like that. A big boom. And I remember I thought
You peed, didn't
I
you?
I almost fainted. I almost fainted.
Oh my god. Okay, that's way
Yeah.
worse.
I remember I had no feeling in my legs. I was scared. I think I was just screaming. I can't remember. I like there's no sound that could come out, but that's how scared I was. Um,
That quiet scream back in
yes,
your throat,
yes,
like you have no
yes.
sound.
What is that
Tears
painting?
all over. We're wet anyway, but tears all over our eyes and stuff like that. The
Oh,
neighbor lady comes out and she's like, "Oh, y'all home? Your mom's gonna be a little late, and she wanted me to tell y'all come over here." After we just panicked, the
lost
worst
your
7.
soul.
It was the longest 7 minutes of our life.
Oh my gosh.
So you couldn't
I
come over
remember
here
that.
earlier?
I remember that because it went from total chaos to scared to, and I forgot her name. I want to say it's. I need to ask my mom. I think her name was Mrs. Simpson, but she gave us cocoa and stuff like that. It gave us something warm. But I just remember
Oh,
it was one of the. Still today, Angie, you wasn't around for my top 20 ways
I
I
was like,
don't
I
want to
was
die.
born before you. I was probably around. What are you talking about?
Okay, a little defensive, but I'm talking about my Knots Presents list. But
Oh, fair.
lightning should be in there because it always triggers me when I see it. I'm like, it just brings me back to that childhood memory. But nowadays, it's more to put a smile on my face. But I remember when I was going through it, I thought it was the end. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yep, this is a story of Koi. And, 8 years old, this lightning's going to get me.
This is how I go out.
Jesus.
This is how I meet my maker.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to meet you this early. Maybe
I know, right?
let's have a talk. Let's sit down. I'll bring the tea. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I feel like I already told this one. So I was in high school, I think maybe just out of high school, and the movie The Ring had just come out.
Oh.
So you know that point in the movie where you hear the crickets and the frogs and she comes out of the well and she kills folks? So where I
Yeah.
grew up, it is a kind of like an older neighborhood. So there's no street lights really. People um, just kind of have porch lights on. So one of my girlfriends, like we'd just come home. I don't know what we were doing. I think we were just out and about being teenagers. She drops me off in like at my driveway, and as soon as I open her car door, like I hear those crickets and those frogs, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to die. So I run to my front door, and like just everything that could happen, I feel like to a girl in the like on those B movies happened to me. Like I almost trip getting to the front door. I get to the front door, I drop my keys. I pick my keys up. I can't get my keys in the lock. I'm like, I just died like 4 times as a girl in a B movie. So like I get inside and I like run upstairs to my room and like turn on all the lights and I'm like rocking back and forth. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna get me. But yeah, that was my trauma.
I
From
get that.
She had a eerie presence up for anyway. It just
right,
like 7 days, and if that was going through your mind, you're like, I know I'll be thinking about everybody
right, yeah.
in elementary school or middle
Mhm.
school or high school has done me wrong. I'm like, I'm gonna make somebody watch this tape. I'm not going down for
Right.
this. Yeah, I'm
Not by
sorry. I'm one
myself.
of them. If it's me or y'all, it's gonna be y'all because I'm not. I'm gonna be
Right.
like,
I wonder if that passed through my brain, like in one of those like fear moments that you have. You just think of like absolutely silly stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, I watched that movie. When did I watch that movie? How long has it been? Like,
I love it. Well, my stuff comes in dreams. My scary
oh
moments.
man.
It was just the worst. You know, you always what do they call those demons that's basically are on top of you while you sleep? So
Oh,
like a
like the
paralysis
sleep
demon.
paralysis. Yeah.
Yes. So I have that not as often anymore. But the last time I had one, I was in a hospital setting. I was in the hospital. I feel like it was from a game because everything looked familiar.
Really?
But it was all white walls, all white floors, all white everything. And Basically, I was there. I didn't see no other patients. I didn't see anybody else there. And then out of nowhere is this guy waving his hand. And he's just chasing me down the halls. I have on like a hospital gown. That was all white. It's like I was in like a mental
So your butt was
ward or
it? Your
something.
butt was out?
It, it was actually
Girl,
covered.
he wasn't chasing you to hurt you. He was chasing you for that booty.
He was chasing that dude.
He's like, give me that.
See, I'm like, we was all right till you wanted to bring a knife into the kink. We was okay. We was
You could
okay.
have made
I don't know. I don't think I ain't no masochist or nothing, but that whole time I'm just running and running and it's just like I could not come to the end, but I saw myself. Like I was looking down at myself running and being chased, but I was yelling at myself to wake up and I could not wake up. I woke up and like it was the worst. It was the worst. I don't like it. I don't miss it. I'm gonna hope I never have those dreams
out of
again.
that.
Yeah, it was, and now this was like teenage years too. So,
Do you think that happened when you was probably waking up during what they say your dream states? What in the deep REM state?
And
I always have crazy dreams when I wake up in that state, and I remember I'm like, goodness.
I don't even know. I remember it so vividly. Like I remember a single detail from it. I was like, I just want to forget this one. Like,
yeah,
let me get my happy ones back.
Delete.
Control Alt Delete. That's all I want to do.
Well, I guess I'll go then. Mine kind of ties into something I think we're going to talk about a little bit later as well. But I mean, it's definitely this like top three scariest moments. So me and my friends, this is back in my college days. So this is also like older, and it's older this timeline. But we would go and watch horror movies just to laugh at them. We're in college. It's like, oh yeah, ha ha ha! Look at you doing all the dumb stuff you can do. Drop your keys, can't put them in the door, trip over air and opportunity. Just Angie. Shots fired. But we went and saw Encounters of the Fourth Kind. I think that's what it's called. And I don't do aliens. I don't do aliens. I don't do those. I don't like I said earlier. My family does the whole voodoo stuff. So ghosts don't bother me. All right. A serial killer want to come up? We finna fight. Throw the hands. I'm 6'5". One of us going down. I'm 6'5", 380 pounds. We gonna fight. Like I did, but I don't do aliens. I don't feel like you can do too much against aliens. They have the technology.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we went and saw this movie, and it was premiere. And while we watched it, like everybody in the theater was really quiet during the movie. So after it was over with, people come out. There's people crying. Like it was me, my homeboy, two of our female friends, and one of them was just stoic. Like she just like didn't say a single thing the rest of the night, and then the other one just could not stop crying. So
what?
Me and my friend.
What type of movie y'all watched?
Encounters of the Fourth Kind. It's called Encounters of the Fourth Kind. At the time when it came out, they were like, "This is real footage. This is real footage in the movie." They've gone a little bit back now and say like, "Well, some of it's real footage, some of it's not." But there's like it's real footage. So like, and I mean, everybody just took it as fact back then. But the scary part comes where me and one of my best friends at the time, we go back to my college apartment, and getting there, we open the door, and my TV in my living room is on, and it's got the whole color shading thing, back like when you were watching Cinemax when you weren't supposed to when you were kids. That's kind of what it looks like. And there's no noise. And there's no sound coming from it. It's just the TV. Well, this is like some of the stuff that was going on in the movie. And I'm like, oh my God, they done followed us back.
That's scary.
We watched the movie. So we get in there and I'm like, okay, where's the remote? I need to change this. Like something's going on with the TV. It's freaking me out now. I'm trying to change the TV. I go over there and I start try to mess with it. I try to turn the TV off, and it just gets extremely loud. Just like, ah, just like screaming loud. I swear, me and my friend had to run out there so quick. I don't run. Like I don't. I got bad ankles.
Oh, man.
I got bad ankles.
My
I don't run.
knees.
My knee exactly. I'm gonna fall down like Peter Griffin. I don't run. We're gonna have to fight. But when we come down to that, I was out. We was running.
Oh my gosh.
We went to IHOP, stayed up for several hours. I mean, it was just, and there's all kinds of little things just was going on. Like, you know, we were walking on campus and lights was flickering. And I mean, it's little stuff. The campus I was on was not the best. And so, you know, they never fixed their lights. Their lights was always flickering. This is a normal occurrence. But to that night, it was scary. That night, the aliens was coming for us.
That's scary. That is like straight spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm so scared.
I have not rewatched that movie to this day. I will not watch that movie to this
I
day.
can't. I bet you won't.
Is it kind of like Blair Witch and like Paranormal Activity, where like
That's what you're about to say, but Paranormal Activity.
yeah, like I thought that movie was real for the longest time.
Well, the thing with the movie is, like, so they have actual actors and actresses. It's like Mila something, not Mila Kunis, but Mila. She was really popular. I think she was in the Resident Evil movies. But like they came on screen.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they came on screen. It was like, look, we have actors and actresses portraying parts of the movie that we don't have footage of. But then there, on top of that, there's actual footage as well with the people who it happened to. So it's like a reenactment.
Yeah,
in combination with actual footage. So it's almost like a documentary kind of thing. Is what they're playing at. And some of the parts they said was real paranormal stuff. And I'm like, nah, but like you just watching like real footage and like that is a UFO. Like y'all see that? That's a UFO. That is real. That ain't CGI. That's a UFO. Like, so I mean the parts that they said was real, like it just man. But the afterwards, like I said, going home and my TV just being funny. And I ain't never done that before. I ain't never seen the TV do that since.
I would have thrown the TV out.
Exactly. The only time I ever seen the TV do that is like only time I ever seen the TV do that is like I said, when I was a kid and you was up watching HBO Skinemax, you know, when you're not supposed to and the channels don't really work.
Yep.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like
yep.
you
don't
like, do you guys remember the Unsolved Mysteries like back in the day?
Yes.
Those were freaking spooky. Oh my gosh.
I love those.
Those and that host, he was like something about his voice and like his demeanor made it like even scarier as a kid.
Oh yeah, most
like,
definitely.
Ooh, shit.
Okay, those are good. Those are good. You know, when stuff like that happens in your life, you're like, just take a moment. Like, goodness, how would you do if your life was in really a scary movie? You know,
I'd probably freeze. I'd be punk. I'd freeze. I'd be like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna die. Like, I don't know. I'd be like about it, but I'd be like, no, just
no. I know my reflexes. Somebody try to surprise me.
You might unlock something you didn't know you had.
Unlock, yeah. I'm gonna level up right in that moment when I'm about to die.
Throw some Mortal Kombat kicks.
Yeah. So Jason Bourne.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Speaking of horror movies, let me do my top 10 horror movie tropes that I don't like. This is Some Bearded Nerds, presented by Some Bearded Nerd. I want to do number 6, the horror teenage movies where the teenagers are teenagers, but they all are old adults. Some are balding. You know, some are balding. Some, you know, are not have low insurance now because they're so old. They can rent
they got
rental
Medicare.
cars. You know, I hate the 28-year-olds that actors that want to play. Yeah, I'm a senior in high school. I want that movie trope to end. I just want that to end.
Fair.
You know, that's number 6. Number 5. I want to talk about Friday the 13th. I'm getting tired of Crystal Lake still being around. Why ain't that place demolished? I mean,
Oh
Jason's
yeah.
done killed hundreds of people,
Why are they filled
and
abandoned?
that camp is still this la 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 still around. And I love it during every Jason movie. He gets out, he's killing people. The sheriff or the town cops act like we don't know who did it. Maybe it's the person who killed the last 99 kids. You
Good.
know, that's number 5. Number 4, I'm getting tired of women falling.
What the?
Women,
Why
this is
are they coming
21st
for me?
century.
I get it.
I seen y'all
Listen,
running
there are
heels,
ghost
and
holes
even if when y'all
everywhere.
don't run in heels, y'all take your shoes off and get gone.
Tie your shoes.
Yeah,
Take them
tie
off.
your shoes. Watch where you run. A simple. They teach
Those
that in
invisible
daycare.
branches will
I
get
was about to
you.
say it'd be air most of the time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
over air and
That-
opportunity.
Yeah.
and I'm not saying. I'm saying the 21st century victim ain't gonna go out like that. They're just not going to just trip and fall and then go out like that. That movie trope needs to end. It really does. Um, Number 3, a new family moves in a house, and that's not bad.
Oh,
But when
yeah.
you know it's
Agree.
haunted, something happens on day 1. They're like, Something
Well,
happens day 2. They're like,
we put all of our money and we can't. We don't have anywhere else to move.
They see
No, no.
something levitating, and they're like, you know what? There's something presence here, but yet they still stay in the house.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate that. Nothing makes me mad than a family doing stupid stuff like that. Which
Mm-mm.
will get me to number 2, Halloween and the Purge. Now, why I put them together is the movie Halloween.
Okay.
Michael Myers is not going to come out until Halloween. So, if you was that family, won't you move away? Won't you
Yeah.
move away during Halloween break? Better yet, take the calendars away from Michael Myers in that institution and dope him up like a little bear so he can sleep his whole fall, winter. He'll wake up in May like, oh God, it's not Halloween. Shucks. I gotta wait next year. And especially with the purge. The purge, if the purge was in real life thing, guess what? 2 weeks before the purge, me and my family are taking a month vacation away from the purge. You're like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
why is people always out the day of the purge? You're like, oh God, we gotta get home. It's the day of purge. Like you didn't know it was coming. 364 days before. I want
Yeah.
that to stop. I want that to stop.
They
And
wouldn't
number
have
one,
movies.
what would you say?
They wouldn't have the movies if they did all that stuff. Like
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get an opening
I,
scene and that's it, end of movie.
I will admit my
Right.
bias. I will admit my bias. If I was a Hollywood horror director, nobody would like my movies. Because here's how it would be in roll credits, 2 people driving. Hey, you see that thing in the woods we passed? I'll be like, yep. You want to go back and look? I'll be like,
Nope.
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 And the end. Roll credits. Pow.
You just pay
Yeah.
$15.99
I will
to
admit.
see this
I'll admit that'll be
bullshit.
me.
Nope.
It's going straight to DVD.
Yeah.
Right. Straight
That's
like
where they put it. Dang, you got me on the
Straight to streaming
blockbuster
services.
discount rack. But
Right.
and number 1 is when you shoot a monster or a creature and you have it down, don't go over there to see if he's dead or to take his
Hey,
mask or to check on it.
right.
rule is double tap.
Empty
Double tap,
your
baby.
chopper. I think that's a song that
Yeah,
says empty the clip. Empty the clip on them.
That's it.
that's fair.
And
Yeah.
don't get near them.
No.
You
Yeah.
got
Oh, what's
y'all got any
that?
problems with that top 6?
No, I feel like that was pretty
No, you did good.
spot
You
on.
did good.
Yeah.
That just always gets me.
I ain't
Okay,
gonna lie, the family one is got me for real, for real. I'm like, bro, I know good well y'all saw that, right? Y'all just gonna sit there, you know it? Okay, all right. That's what we doing.
Oh, I wonder why this house was so cheap. Of course you do.
Yeah.
You know why.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If the kids be like, "Hey, there's something in my bedroom levitating," I'm gonna be like, I got this house for 25,000, and this market economy. They're gonna be our neighbors.
Right.
They're our
But
house
close your
guests.
eyes. Yeah, right.
Well, no, but I can understand that if you get that in movies, but you always get like the concerned person that's alive that wants to solve the mystery. Like, goodness,
You
you
go
really
solve
took.
it. I'm going to live in a tent in the backyard.
I love Scooby Doo just like the rest of us, but I'm not taking no. There's no mystery I'm solving. I don't like. I like unsolved mysteries. That's the only mysteries I like. Nope.
We
So getting to the Halloween tradition, what is y'all's most scariest creature movie wise or horror movie creature that most gets you like, man, if that was real, I wouldn't want to mess with it. I already told y'all mine's was the girl from the ring. She's just eerie. Her
I
presence is
get it.
eerie. I don't like Halloween monsters or creatures that you can't kill. If she and like ghosts and specters, if she was real in a real movie, I would have a problem. Like I told you, what I was gonna do. I'm gonna find an enemy, watch the tape. One of my ops that I don't like,
You messing with my
someone did me
so
wrong, someone stood me up
Jesus.
for a date. I'm like, hey girl, it's cool. Here, but watch this tape real quick. Just something like that.
No.
So what's y'all scariest creature that y'all seen, either movies, TVs, comics, something that if it was in real life that y'all would consider extremely scary and would want to mess with?
This gonna sound like a punk move, Chucky.
Oh
Damn,
no.
Chucky.
Mama Bear, this is a safe place.
Yeah.
So
It's
if Chucky does it
like
for you, Chucky does it for you.
He's
And
I
gross.
why?
used like mine is because I used to my mom used to buy me a lot of like stuffed animals and dolls and everything. So that's what my bed consisted of when I wasn't in it. Nothing but dolls, nothing but bears and everything. So when I watched it when I was like probably 6 or 7, I was really young. So once I watched that movie and it was dark, I was like, "Are they about to move?" Oh,
Yeah.
and I have a
Oh, bet.
lot of them.
Bet.
Like I just knew for some reason at night I would just wake up in the middle of my like I that wasn't there when it was, but I knew this it wasn't a thing. But in my head, oh my god, that dog moved like 2 inches. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't seen Toy Stories. They might have been friendly.
Oh, jeez.
No man, I ain't seen Toy Story.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Toy Story yet. For some reason, I saw checking him.
Did you ever hear of the My Buddy dolls growing up?
Yes, I had.
I have
And you
Yes.
not.
had one of those. You had a My Buddy
Yep.
doll and you were afraid of Chuck.
Yes.
Girl, you
Yes.
are creating your own
Yes.
trauma.
Exactly.
Like, that thing is horrifying to look at.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
no, I was just like, "Yay, come here, you're lovable."
No, I'm going to crush your face in. Ugh, no, ma'am.
I mean, for me, like, I just don't mess with, like I said, like I said earlier, aliens.
Mm.
Everybody else, like, we can fight. Ghosts, you can get away from them. Like, I'll call up my great aunt and be like, hey, yo, I got some ghosts in my house. She'll do some chant. Boom, they gone. All right. Like, and like,
Um,
everybody else, like, I'll fight. I'm going to fight Chucky. He's going to be chunky because I'm going to chunk him across the room.
oh,
Hunt him,
okay.
yeah.
Like,
Okay. Well, when you say aliens, are you talking about like predator wise? Or are you talking about face huggers? What kind of aliens?
Oh,
It, or I mean, not it.
it's
Yeah, it's an alien.
E.T.
it's the
E.T.
alien.
What kind of alien are you scared of?
I mean, bro,
Alf.
aliens in general, yes. If Al, I mean, like, I might fight Al. All he do is eat cats. But
That's what
like,
your hair looks like. Alf. Too bad we can't bring that picture up and like put it side by side. That would be
we
dope.
why you gonna do your
That would
boy
be
like that?
hilarious.
But
That's it.
it's I mean, like the Alien versus Predator dudes, like they ain't scary looking, but I don't want to mess with them. anything that has to do with ancient aliens. They're like, oh yeah, the Samaritans did this, and they did the pyramids, that kind of stuff. The green men with the big old eyes, or the gray dudes with the giant Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. Like anything that looked like
Oh
that,
yeah.
anything that looked like that, that must be scary. I can't mess with it. I don't want to see it because, like I said, their technology is better than ours. All right, they probably be all skinny and stuff, but got like Brock Lesnar strength. I can't fight him. I can fight Jason. I can fight Michael Myers. All right, Freddy, I'm gonna take some coffee, and I know if I drag him out to the real world, if I drag Jason out, or I drag Freddy out to the real world, he's gonna catch these hands.
Yank
But them aliens, like they're gonna vaporize your War of the Worlds. I can't do nothing against that. It's over. Yeah. I'm just gonna die.
Well,
you know what? You thought about this more than once because you had great strategies. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Look, you never know nowadays, man.
Yeah.
I just be prepared for everything but the aliens. Like I said, everybody else, like I know Jason, like in Jason X, like he like uppercuts some dude's head off. He like knocked some dude's head off with an uppercut. I mean, we're gonna have to go. Like
I don't want to talk about that one.
Was that the one
did
where
Brother
he was
Man
on
wrong.
Spaceship?
He did Brother Man wrong on that.
It was like they're on like some rooftop, and dude was like, "All right, Jason, what's up, cuz?" And like Jason was like, "Ugh!" Like he was working Jason for a second, hitting him body blows, but then Jason like hit him with that straight up Mortal Kombat uppercut, and dude's head popped off like a fatality.
Lord.
All right, Juggernaut, before you send us to break, give us your top 5 most scariest anime creatures. Is that right?
Yes. My top 5 anime, monsters. So we're gonna start with number 5 being, just in general, the parasites from the anime called Parasite the Maxim.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
If you've
That's a
seen
good one.
The only one that was cool was the dude who went in his arm. He didn't go in the ears. He went in the arm. The rest of them things, like what is that? What were those? Like, I mean, it's them things was, and they looked like normal people until all of a sudden their faces turned into knives and stuff. Buddy.
Oh yeah, that second episode where they ran into that dog and that dog turned into that weird creature with the wings. I was like,
yes.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be a good anime because I was like, wow.
Number 4, this anime kind of goes under the radar for a lot of people, but if you get a chance, go watch it. But the person I'm picking in particular, her name is Megumin, and I know there's a lot of Megumins, but her name's Megumin. It's from an anime called Shiki. Shiki, it's about a town full of vampires. It kind of starts out like you're not really knowing what's going on. It's kind of normal. Normal people do normal things in a small town in Japan. But once you hear that small town in Japan, you know something ain't right. ain't nothing happened good in a small town in Japan. And the vampires they're not your Edward Cullen vampires. They not your sparkly vampires. All right. These things are straight up horror fodder. And I mean, Megumin, she's the main character from the show. Like, just looking at her eyes, you can just see it in the night. Like, you if you go into it after watching the anime, you don't want to look into a dark corner. You don't see her eyes, and it's some scary nonsense.
Okay, you sold me. Where can I find that at?
You can find Shiki. It's an older anime. It's on Funimation. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on Hulu or Netflix yet, but I know it's an older anime, so you can find it on a lot of your services. And that's Shiki, Shiki.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, even though I've got literal, like, my wife loves this dude, so I have dolls of him throughout the house, but Ryuk from Death Note.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like,
oh, yes.
Imagine that thing in real life. Like, just stop for a second.
I'm picturing William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't picture him. That's the only thing I liked about that movie was the casting of him.
Yeah, don't think about the friendly apple eating. He want to talk to you, be friends. No, if that thing popped up in your house right now, it's over. I'll have a heart attack.
Literally, just right here, just like right here, bro. Why you here though?
Right. He's like 9 feet tall. Like he's like supposed to be something like super scary.
Yeah, like I mean, big old basketball player in whiteface. Like,
He,
I know I'm saying that like I got the white man on my face, but like
Oh God. Well, we're canceled. God.
oh,
Hey,
shit.
great first live episode. Good job, guys. Good
for
job.
real.
All
Number
right, number
two.
two.
Number two. Now this one's gonna be a little harder to find, and this one's even more like don't people don't know about it. Less even more than Shiki, but it's these bunny beasts from Blood Sea.
You know
Oh,
what? I keep hearing about Blood Sea, and I'm at Blood Sea, and I don't know where to find it.
It's
But
very
after
hard to
you
find.
tell the audience what it's about, please tell me where to find it.
So here's the crazy thing. I've only seen a few episodes of Blood Sea. Never been a real big fan of the anime. But I have seen that Bunny Beast episode. You hear Bunny Beast and you think it's a bunch of bunnies, like, bro, like, whatever. Like, it
Mm,
ain't nothing. But these are like 12-foot tall killer bunnies. And when you see
no.
the scene that they're in, like, they're ripping people's arms off. They are literally juicing people. They get like a gang of people in a hand. In their hands, like they like the whole cartoon change their hand stuff. They get like a bunch of people, put them in like their hand, and it's blender them. Like
yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's gruesome.
So is
It's
this
brutal.
really a horror or is it this gory?
I mean, for Blood Sea is mainly gory. Like it's mainly gory. Like it's crazy. The girl she be fighting all kinds of things, and it's just
Mm-mm.
like all kinds of blood. It's real gore. It falls more into the gore genre than horror. But them bunny beasts are creepy as all get out. Like they're creepy. They're ridiculous. It's horrible.
No, thank you.
And for my number one, and this guy makes me angry. And the anime, once again, it's there's horror parts to it, but it's not necessarily horror. But it's the Smiling Titan from Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That guy's
Dana Reese.
F that guy. Like the Smiling Titan from Attack on Titan. Like you that was like one of the best first episodes in anime. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the way it ends, and that dude showing up, like the colossal titan, he looks kind of goofy to me. He looks like one of those things you see in your science class. One of those things. It's like he's just some butt booty naked mannequin. But
No, me.
The smiling titan, that is legit. Like he's legitimate scary,
terrifying.
and
Mhm.
like I mean he has some scenes where he's just brutal. Like he's the only titan you really see who's like constantly eating people. Like
Uh, which Smiling Titan? I was thinking about the woman's Smiling Titan. What Smiling Titan you talking about?
See, I don't. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna give y'all a spoiler alert countdown for like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Smiling Titan is the one who eats Aaron's mom at the end of the first episode.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
I
Yeah,
thought so.
yes. But do you know that's really
They're all
yes,
ugly.
I
some?
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know her history, and I know what she actually is.
yeah,
They're like
Um, and that makes it worse. That don't help. But yeah, she eats Aaron's mom. She later on they have a guy who like you get to know him like through a few episodes, and the Smiling Titan eats him too. And it's just like
damn.
yeah.
you eating all the people I like. I'm gonna need you to get off the screen. You just a hole. You just hungry, and you just you like that character right there? Bet. Oh.
Juggernaut, I agree with you with the Smiling Titan because I can just remember three scenes that she's in, and it's always something like the very first episode was unsettling, and then in season two, the very last episode when you see her and how you was talking about what it did to their friend, and then but it just kind of makes me sad with season three you find out more about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that kind of gives you a new perspective. But yeah, oddly enough, that's why I started watching Attack on Titan. Just that Titan was
Mhm.
just eerie,
I mean,
more
it's
than just that colossal Titan. That yeah, I was like, goodness, it's just something eerie about somebody that can just smile like that. That's why I
Mhm.
think William Dafoe as that one character, he just has that menacing smile that's like over proportionate.
Oh yes, his
Yeah, he has a
mouth
lot of
just
teeth.
big for no reason.
No, that is a good list, guys.
No, but that was good. That was really good.
All right, audience, we will be right back after these messages.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
Out. Get out, Flippy Pug. Out, go back. Go. Now, Flippy Pug.
Hey, Hazardous, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but thank you for being in and out. You're much appreciated. Hopefully, you're enjoying us. Oh, that's great. God dang it. When you're not used to wearing makeup,
Just
I just scratched my face. God, dog.
Live from the Nerdverse, we are the Nerds of Tomorrow. Hear us on the Nerds of Tomorrow podcast. Look for us on the Nerd of Tomorrow network on YouTube and Twitch for more content. And find us on our socials, the Nerds of Tomorrow network, same name on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for promos and upcoming projects. This is Knots Presents Halloween Semicast Live, our first live podcast audience. And you know, if you're the parents, y'all still see y'all about an hour in, y'all's trick or treating with the kids. Please don't be switching out the gummies with melatonin gummies to get them kids to go to bed early. Okay, just let them enjoy their day. It's just 2.5 hours, maybe three, that they want to get their little candy. But you can do it. You know, don't
Yep.
don't need
Power
to spike the
through.
candy. Don't no need to be Bill Cosby. But
Stop.
Oh no,
speaking of
not
spiked candy, you know, well, oh God, Eddie shook her head. She's like, no, that's not a smooth intro. Look,
I
that's
think it's
not
a
a
good one though.
smooth
No, no,
segue.
it is
But
really good.
speaking of spiked candy, our
Yeah.
candy correspondent, just Angie.
yes.
Yeah. So this was really fun for me. I think a lot of us, like, you don't hear, like, as kids, I always remember hearing about, let me check your candy. Like, even from my friends, they're like, oh yeah, my parents had to check my candy before I could eat it. So I get to present today. I got 4 stories about legit poison candy. So not in any, well, they're kind of, I guess, in chronological order. But so the first one I found was in 1959 in California. A dentist named William Shine added laxative laced or handed out laxative laced candy. From
So
that,
was he? Did you say he was a doctor or a demon?
a dentist. Sorry.
Oh, a dentist.
Right.
God,
I know. I was kind of like, okay, but
he
I mean,
really
I
had
get
that
it,
bump them kids energy.
but yeah,
Right.
like you're losing money, I guess, by killing these kids. I didn't write down how many he actually passed it out to, but out of all of the people that he did give it to, 30 of those children fell ill with, repercussions from that laxative. Later, he was charged with outrage of public decency and unlawful dispensing of drugs.
Well, it was unlawful, all right. I'll tell you that.
So that was kind of funny. The next one I found was in 1964 in Greenlaw, New York. A 47-year-old named Helen File, Pfeil. And you can find all these. I
File.
just kind of Googled them, and you kind of get articles following them. She handed out bags of treats containing arsenic. And
Wow.
these treats were like, they weren't actually treats. It says that they were arsenic laced ant traps in metal mesh pads and dog treats. And she did this because I guess she was annoyed by the custom of Halloween. And it says she was later committed to a
Audience,
state hospital.
audience, parents, if y'all listen to this on Halloween, trust me, these were in the
You're isolating
1950s,
incidents, of course,
1960s.
Yeah, when everybody.
People are not that monstrous nowadays. You know what I really?
I don't know, I
She.
got
You
one.
know what I
Wait, hold
really?
I got one from a few years ago.
How about to say?
Oh,
You say that it's
thank you, thank you for scaring them now.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
it's
So now
Halloween,
them kids
come
ain't gonna
on.
get to eat nothing.
Hey,
Good job. Good
there's a
job.
little truth in here. All right, so number 3 is from 1974, Deer Park, Texas. Now this one was really sad. I think this one actually made like national news, and I think was really big. A gentleman named Ronald Clark O'Brien handed out cyanide laced pixie sticks, and actually ended up killing his own child.
God.
What?
I know. He was convicted, and he was executed in 1984.
Did you see
Yes.
actually why he did that? There was a whole reason behind it. Actually, I remember. I just heard about that recently.
I think I heard or read somewhere that he had just taken out, I think, life insurance on his kids.
Yep, he took out life insurance on both his kids, and he gave it to his son. He killed his son. He tried to give it to his daughter, and then some of their friends.
Yep.
Wow, these folks some
Parents
the things
before
people do
just
for money, like kill their own
parents
kids.
before just Angie gets to her number one. I want to say this is a safe holiday. Do not take your kids' bag away from them because that's what Angie wants. She wants that. She's not messing with those kids. You know.
me.
So the last one I got, number 4, is the most recent. This is from 2000. I didn't find a lot of information on this, but it was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A 49-year-old named James Smith handed out chocolate bars that had been with needles inside of them.
I remember them.
Injuring one child, and he was deemed unfit to stand trial, and I think was later committed. Again, another person committed to a mental hospital.
I think that's
more
what.
fun.
I think that will be always the women's favorite tale or a mom's favorite tale or grown ups. They'd be like, watch out, could have razors in it, needles in it. And I think it's probably stems because of that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is 4 great stories, just Angie. Thank you, and put your stuff up there. That way, if parents wanna just DM me,
more information,
they can see your stuff up there.
Not seek me out.
Now to stop scaring them, let's tell some fun stories. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? Your favorite childhood costume?
I got a good one. When I was little, we went to this costume party, like a costume contest. I can't remember where, but there was a bunch of people there. I remember this. And a little girl, one of my friends, dressed up as a bag of jelly beans. And
heck yeah.
It was so inventive because she had on just a huge clear plastic bag and then smaller, colorful little like water balloons. They weren't filled with anything. And then those were stuffed around the back, so it made it look like jelly beans.
That was nice.
Right? Isn't that just so inventive?
That's clever.
Right? And I'm 35 now. That's been like 20-something years. No, even longer than that, because I was young, like 7 or 8. To remember that long, I'm like an elephant in this bitch.
Girl, you not.
Well, me being an 85 baby, 7 years old, Beetlejuice was out, and it was one of these Beetlejuice body. You remember them pajamas that had like that weird feeling on the feet?
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. It's kind of plastic, but not really plastic. But it was a whole jump suit and a Beetlejuice ghost or Beetlejuice face mask. So it was warm. It kept me warm, and I loved it. I'm gonna be serious. I think I wore 3 Halloweens in a row. I love that. I love that. Was one of my favorite ones. And I don't know why about it, but I went through it. And it should show you how short of a kid I was if I did it 3 years in a row. I'm thinking 2, but it might have been 3 because that costume got some use.
My mom dressed me up as Beetlejuice too.
Yeah. I guess Beetlejuice was the man, Not early 1990s. Beetlejuice was the man. Side note: do y'all remember the Beetlejuice cartoon?
Oh yeah.
I used to love that show. I used to love that cartoon.
I remember the cartoon.
Yeah.
It was fun. They didn't portray him as much of a bad character in the cartoon as he was in the movies.
Right.
But I thought it was so fun.
Hey.
Well, for me,
I was basic.
Oh, go ahead, ladies first.
Oh, I was basic. I was an Indian. I had my little Indian, the little like the thing that goes around the head, and I had dream catchers and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
And my grandmother was a full-blooded Indian, so she made the dream catchers and stuff
Oh, that's
for my
That's
costume. To go in there. It was lit. It was lit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
well, for me, kind of got into my love of group cosplay. There's two. I had me and my best friends. We dressed up as the Power Rangers,
oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nice.
of course, I was the black one.
OG, OG, Mastodon,
You
Zach.
not
Mastodon
Oh
here,
gosh.
Mastodon. All right, with the say, get up Power Rangers, got the Mastodon in the front. Yeah, the Mastodon, baby. The Mastodon on the trunk in the front. But anyway, uh, I was Black Ranger. My Hispanic friend, since he was 10, he was the Red Ranger. I have my white nerdy friend, and he was the Blue Ranger. And then we actually had a black girl for the who was the black or was the Yellow Ranger. And then for the Pink Ranger, we actually had a Latino girl. She was the Pink Ranger. Um, but I mean, we went around Power Rangers. We did that 2 years in a row, and then the year after that, after we did that for 2 years, we did the Ninja Turtles.
Oh
And
yeah, I love the Ninja
you know, yeah. So
nice.
those, I just love. We used to get together. We all was really close. Our parents were close, so they always put us in group costumes. And I mean, I just loved it. I loved it. We were getting little poses, and we do the Smurfathon.
You
Oh,
see,
that's fabulous.
Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, growing
Oh,
And
I love the Power Rangers.
growing up with Power Rangers used to come on at like 7 o'clock, right before the bus came at 7:35. So me and my brother would be hyped going to the bus station, and our friends, Power Rangers should not been on the morning. Should not been on the mornings with sugary cereal combined
Oh
because
Oh
it
yeah.
yeah.
is,
oh, yeah,
you
we
know,
all kinds of fights happened just because people was throwing jump kicks and everything like
Oh
that,
yeah.
acting like
right.
like
Oh,
run around just fighting each
And
other.
I don't know what it was
everybody.
about our neighborhood, but nobody wanted to be the Blue Ranger, even though he was a Power Ranger. Nobody wanted to be the Blue Ranger,
I feel like that
especially
happened in
when
my little
Tommy came
friend
to the
group
team.
too.
But yeah, so I mean, Power Rangers was that was my jam. Like I said, we had so many, like you said, 7 o'clock in the morning, sugary cereal all the time. Everybody's trying to throw jump kicks, trying to do cartwheels.
And that's the
Man,
jump
where
kick.
none of us could do no cartwheels. We was
No.
trying to do all kinds of flips. We had one kid
Yeah,
who could do
Tim.
backflips.
Oh, he was the coolest kid, wasn't he? I
He
feel
was
like
the
The
everybody
coolest
had one of
one.
those kids.
coolest kid. He's just like a Power Ranger. Look at Keith
Yeah.
go. Look at Keith go.
Speaking of Halloween costumes, Juggernaut, give us top 5 anime Halloween costumes you always see out, or your favorite.
Well,
Is it your favorite or the one you see the most?
the ones you see the most.
Okay, got you.
Look,
Oh, I
people.
want to see if you're gonna put this one on there. I'm listening.
So cosplay, people do cosplay year round, but then on Halloween, everybody can cosplay. It's fine for everybody to cosplay out there on Halloween.
Yeah.
And if you like anime, but you just kind of a new amateur to it, you can go to Spirit. You can go to Party Galaxy, whatever kind of Halloween store you have, and they got a little section now of anime costumes. And I was looking through it the other day, and these are like the most basic ones that you see. So starting at number 5, you got you got the Naruto Akatsuki. The
Yeah.
red cloaks, the shirt, you got it's all it is a black cloak with red clouds on it, and all of a sudden
Yep.
you a Akatsuki member. You evil, you a Akatsuki member. You trying to kidnap Naruto. All right. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Now you can buy the little fake, especially Vegeta. Vegeta's like the most popular person to do. Now, from somebody who's actually cosplayed Dragon Ball Z, like I did Piccolo for 2 years, like painted myself green. Obviously, I like to paint myself. Painted myself green and everything. And then last year, it was about 10 of us. We did the Frieza Force. And I was Captain Ganyu, and once again, painted myself. We made our armor, like, took months making our armor. But now you can go to Spirit and buy your own armor. Now,
Yeah.
it's not as good quality, but I mean, you can buy it now. And I remember last year seeing like 3 Vegetas. I went to a party of seeing 3 Vegetas, and I'm like, man, none of y'all, do y'all even know what this man's name is? It's Vegetable. Bruh, stop it. Stop it. Number 3, this is for you ladies out here, okay? And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I don't mind this one too much. Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
I have a yes. I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah,
Mum's the
look at me
word.
looking at the corner. He's
This,
like,
this is a live semi-cast, so I'm not saying nothing.
I love Sailor Moon. Love
I
Sailor
love.
Moon.
I
Oh my
get it.
gosh.
Yes.
yeah. And I mean, you can buy the outfits. And once again, you see a lot of Sailor Moon. Anybody who wants to do that,
Mm-hmm.
with that risque Halloween costume, but they also feel like they also a nerd and they don't want to be Velma with all that thickness. They're gonna be
Yeah.
Sailor
Yes,
Moon.
I respect.
They're gonna be Sailor Moon.
I know
I love
girls
it.
are nerdy when they go to Sailor Moon.
You
Yes.
think?
Um,
I
oh
don't
yeah.
know.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. After this segment, I'm gonna
Okay.
get on ladies in their costumes in a
Okay.
second.
Oh
Uh,
Lord.
Except for the Sailor Moon girls.
number two, Attack on Titan Scouts.
Yep.
When
Yeah,
Attack
it's
on Titan came
everywhere.
out, you seen everybody in their mom. Now they didn't have the 3D maneuvering gear. They couldn't afford
No.
that. They couldn't do all that. But everybody thought they was Levi. All right, and you can
Oh,
buy all
yeah.
kinds of outfits as well. I think you a scout member, knowing dang well you wouldn't be a scout member in real life. All
Nope,
right,
I would not.
it's straight. I would try to be in the King's Guard. I ain't leaving the castle. I don't
Nope,
want to go
I'm
out there.
hiding.
I'm sitting at
I
home.
am.
I'm sitting
I'm
at
gonna
home.
shock you. I kind of want to hang with the scouts,
Nah, buddy, that's
only
brave.
because the
Really?
military police are this. They're so coddled, and I'll be scared that if a Titan actually got into the walls, I would be prepared for it. But yes, the
Yeah.
scouts do be getting murked a lot, and
Oh, come
I
on.
wouldn't trust Irvin because he seemed like he's shady always for him. You know, he'd be like, "Hey, you go this way." I'm like, why is everybody going the other way? And
Right.
I get eaten up. I got used for
You are
collateral.
the
So
bait.
yeah, you
for
know what?
sure.
I lied. Nope, nope, no scouts.
Exactly. I'm telling you, bro.
Like, well,
Palace.
I'm
We're
not
going
trying to
to
go
the
out.
palace.
I'm a big old target. I'm not trying to mess with the Titans. Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna
no
sit.
man.
I'm gonna sit my butt at home, and I will sit in the castle, protect the king, and do nothing because they wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
And then the number one most, and this is the basic of the basic anime costumes, cosplay, whatever, Halloween, whatever you want to call it, is My Hero Academia student.
Oh, yeah.
I got it right in there.
Yep, My Hero,
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, or Bleach. I thought were going to be
Bleach,
one of those.
Bleach is pretty popular too. But see, the thing is, there's a little bit of originality when you try to do Bleach. Like I see people, they wear the, the goatee 13, and they got a number on there, and they at least try. They do something with their hair, something like that. Like everybody and their mama, like they get the uniform that they wear, and it's like, oh, what character you from the show? Oh no, I'm in class 1C. All right.
Okay, I see.
My power is I shoot bubbles out my fingers. Like you're just being lazy. You're just being lazy. You're not even a real character. You just making a character up. You're not trying to be Deku.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel attacked. I don't like that.
Ouch. You know what, Angie? I get what you're saying about Demon Slayer. I've seen a lot of people cosplaying as Demon Slayer, and not the main character who I cannot think of his name, but a lot of his sister. A lot of the girls. Yes. I mean, it's really grew popular here.
See,
no, here too.
Thing in anime though, Nezuko is the cutest thing in anime. It's confirmed. She's the cutest thing in anime. So I don't got no problem.
That is a great list, Juggernaut. Good job. I want to talk about women for a second. And ladies, yes, I love you. Don't get me wrong. But I'm getting tired of Halloween.
I can't believe we didn't think about that. The slutty Halloween costumes, the ones that the girls always wear.
Yes. But like 5 years ago, y'all got on this Harley Quinn train all of a sudden, and everybody wanted to be Harley Quinn. And I was like, I always ask, like, anytime I see somebody Harley Quinn, I was like, do y'all follow Harley Quinn? They're like, oh yeah, she's the Joker's partner and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, y'all really don't follow the DC comics, or y'all wouldn't want to be, Harley Quinn. Like now, you see a lot of them being the girl version of Pennywise and stuff like that. But women will always go on a train like I can tell that y'all not really in it. Y'all just like the way it looks.
I
Mm,
see. You saw this big movement, like when the Harley Quinn when she first came out in Suicide Squad. It was like, oh, I want a relationship like Harley Quinn and the Joker. Do you?
Right?
Do you?
no, no.
Really now? I got friends who literally have Harley Quinn. I'm going to a wedding on Saturday, a post Halloween wedding, and the
Oh,
girl has a Harley Quinn tattoo. And I'm just like, I know the guy you're marrying. That's one of my friends. I know he's not the Joker. Like, I know that's the kind of
Yeah.
relationship you want. You with the wrong person.
Oh shit.
Oh.
No, no, I don't think I'm good. I don't think I want that toxicity in my
And
life.
Right?
yeah. And just like with the Harley Quinn on Halloween, you can tell Comic Con who really knows their stuff and who doesn't. They're like, I'm just wearing this to get eyes, or
Yeah.
you know, I always like. I always love the costume. Like, oh man, this is a character I forgot about. I love when I can tell a character, a little known character, just looking at your costume.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, here's another Harley Quinn. Yeah, here's another Harley Quinn. Good job.
I saw. What did I see that I was super impressed with? I saw Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, and
Oh.
the girl who did it, she did a really good job. I was very impressed, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Sophie!"
No, I mean, SumBeardedNerd, you right. Like, I mean, in the industry I work in, um, let's just say I work in the adult industry, um, and I see a bunch of ladies who like to dress up for Halloween, and it's like this is not too much different from your regular outfit. You just throw on some makeup and some feathers, or they put on and Mama Bear, I'm kind of looking at you. They put on some
Ooh, you
ears.
bright.
They put on some ears and some makeup on their nose, and they're like, "I'm a kitty cat."
Yeah.
Are you
Yes.
now?
Are
Are you
you?
now? I gotta ask Mama Bear. Does that have flaps? The outfit you got on?
No, I
Oh my
wish you
gosh,
did.
please! That was so
Look,
funny. I would
wait,
die.
no, wait, hold on.
I would
Wait.
Oh,
die.
she finna show us.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait
No,
now, wait.
hold on.
Aw.
Kids look away. Kids look away.
But I got a tail though.
That's so cute.
I got a tail.
You know what I thought I was going to see a little bit more? I thought I was going to see more Geralts. I did not see as
Huh.
many as I thought I was going to see at Comic Con. I think I saw like one or two.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I thought there would be more.
You know what we're gonna see a lot this Halloween though? We're gonna see a lot of Squid Games.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness. That's
And
already.
I wonder
Yeah.
how
I'm
people.
I'm really hoping more Squid Game than clickbait that one girl's hair. Because oh god, that almost messed up the whole show on clickbait. The main protagonist's haircut. I was like, oh god, she needs to do something with that. But yes, definitely Squid Game will probably be, you know, the go-to characters, especially the workers. Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, going along with the theme, you're gonna see people dressed up as the girl, the red light, green light girl, and she'll have like a super super short skirt on, and she'll be like, you can grab the booty, but you got a red light, green light, stop. Oh,
Stop. That's so
too
funny.
slow. You're too slow. You can't grab it.
Look,
You're
lucky,
too slow.
lucky I played it. Ain't lying. I
Well,
I
we're
think
gonna
I.
wrap this conversation up with the costumes.
Yeah.
Uh, let's go back. Let's go back to our candy correspondent, just Angie.
Candy.
All right, you give us our top five. What is your top five worst Halloween candy
Ooh,
presented
sorry.
by just Angie?
All right. Let's see. What do I got? Worst Halloween candy. Number 1. Necco
Number 5.
wafers. Number 5. Well, shit. Number 5.
don't-
Good and plenty. Good
Good and plenty.
and plenty. The
don't
black
know.
licorice. Good and plenty. Not a fan.
Oh,
No, thank you.
it.
Never do
No,
that
thank
one.
Whoever made licorice is racist.
What?
E- Every other flavor is wonderful, and then you get to the black
There's only
flavor.
2
No one wants that.
flavors. There's
Nobody
cherry
wants
and
that.
black licorice.
It's disgusting.
Jelly beans.
That's not
Look.
licorice. Stop.
I would eat.
Alright.
I would eat the jelly bean, like the
I
black
do
jelly
love
bean.
jelly
But I just
bean.
would not eat the black licorice. I can't do it.
All right, good and fair, fine. Then good and plenty licorice is not close to jelly beans, but I just don't like black licorice. Okay,
No, it
what's
doesn't.
number 4?
It's not very good. Number 4, hot tamales. Not a fan.
Mm,
I know. I
Wow.
like them a little bit more, like as I've gotten a little older. But as a kid, if I'm replaying my candy bag from Halloween, hot tamales was not one.
mhm.
I did get a lot of those, and they always
Did
went in
you?
the trash. Yeah, they
Yeah.
always went.
They were like the last ones I would eat. Like the candy that you reach for when you're like desperate. There
Mhm.
are worse ones you won't choose first. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like
You
in
just gotta
there.
get that little candy high real quick, you know.
Yep. Little,
Is it
little,
because you don't like hot cinnamon or
yeah.
yeah?
And now I
Young
like it
people.
now, but not back then. So number 3 are the candy buttons. Do you guys remember those?
Who?
Yes,
The
I
mother
do. W-
cheap, out of the package, candy on paper things. I don't need
Uh,
more fiber. I want candy. I don't want to eat paper. That's number
paper,
3.
paper.
Get on my damn nerves. Number 2, I put. I got some honorable mentions. We're gonna do that one. Smarties.
I
Whoa, whoa,
love
I
whoa,
know.
Smarties.
whoa, whoa.
I know.
I
I
love
know.
Smarties.
I
The
am
powder.
not a fan of Smarties. I
Okay,
know.
and no, you gotta tell. You can't just put out a statement like that without telling why. You can know. We're not gonna let you off the hook. Why?
Consistency. I'm not like I don't have a consistency issue with any kind of foods really, but I don't like the chalkiness because it's
I
just like
get it.
powder. Like, ugh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah,
say
it
That's
really
fair.
is.
That's fair. You
we
can,
got
yeah.
we got too many of those. Like if you ever went to like a church Halloween thing, which I didn't. Now that I look back on that, it doesn't really make sense. But whatever. If you went to a church Halloween thing, you always got a lot of Smarties there, and it was overkill. It's overkill.
Yeah, like Smarties and bottle caps. So I wrote like bottle caps next to it, and then
okay.
I'm gonna
Now I'm
change my number
excited for
1.
this one. I'm excited for this one.
I
Well,
wrote
hold on.
Necco wafers, but I already said that one. I do like Necco wafers a little bit more now, even though they are still that kind of like chalk consistency. It's weird.
Yeah.
But number 1 is raisins.
Yes, yes. In your face. In
Now,
y'all's face.
in all fairness, raisins should not be given out as candy on Halloween. I like raisins in
No,
general, but it's not a Halloween thing. Now, if they're chocolate covered raisins, I'm okay with that.
I
But
love
plain
chocolate covered
Jane,
raisins.
is it
They're
like Sunkist?
monsters.
You don't give me those. I will chuck them back at your house or I'll put them in your gas tank because you sure are an a
Wow.
hole.
Worst
Yay!
worst thing you can do to chocolate is uh cover
Cover it in
raisins
more
with
chocolate.
them. Ugh.
No.
You,
Weak.
you know how you know how you know raisins are trash is when you thinking there's chocolate chip cookies on the plate and you grabbing that cookie
Oh,
and just to find out it's raisins,
I
the
love raisin
disappointment
oatmeal.
in your life.
I love raisin oatmeal cookies.
Oh.
Mhm. So then I got 2
Okay,
honorable mentions. The
okay.
black and the black and orange wax paper candy, whatever that is. I think
I
it was like
hate
the
it.
peanut butter, and then the vanilla Tootsie Rolls. Them's rude.
Oh
That's
The
yeah.
rude.
vanilla Tootsie Roll. Why the vanilla Tootsie Roll?
Because I don't like vanilla. That doesn't taste good. It tastes like
Really?
it reminds me of like confection sugar, like icing that has just been melted down and created like a clump. And that just
You leave
doesn't
an
sit well.
aftertaste in your mouth.
Yep, it reminds me of like plastic. Not
Just
cool.
in, just Angie. This is a safe
Safe
place. So
safe place.
yeah, a safe place. So of course you're with us. You're in a group, but I am shocked that you shot at Smarties and you just letting Almond Joy out here living his best
I
life.
I like
How did
coconut.
Almond Joy not make it?
I
I
kind of
like
like almond
coconut.
joy. I was like, I kind of like almond joy. I'm not gonna lie to you like that.
That was my dad's favorite candy, so he ate them all. So I never really had to experience on board.
Uh
I,
mounds can get to me like sometimes they're a little too sweet, but
I,
almond joys, I like almond joys.
oh, let me stay in character.
I know.
I pity the fool who
I'm
give
a
me
monster.
Almond Joy
I'm weak.
Mm.
Those are the top 5 worst kitties from just Angie.
Great list. Great list.
Yay!
All right, Mama Bear. Uh, give us your top 5 scariest video games you played.
Ooh, I'm ready for this one. So, my number 5 will be Fear.
Oh,
Fear
Tell us about it.
was Fear was like it's been years since I played Fear. Fear was kind of like I mean, honestly, all the ones that I chose are like survival
oh,
of the fittest type games.
Hmm.
those are the scariest.
Oh yeah.
Aren't they though? Like I'm trying to remember how Fear went. I remember I played Fear 3 was the scariest one that I played. It was like the girl. What I want to say, the little girl that has the long hair, and she just shows up out of nowhere. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
gosh,
She
like
just
Silent
randomly just
Hill
pops up.
feeling.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was like they tried to make it like Silent Hill, but like a dumbed down version. But it still was not. It was a psychic
All,
type thing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
all them horror games, you always when you see it, you're playing, and then also it stops and it says loading. You already know there's gonna be some shenanigans coming the next
The
corner.
load screen's
Every
getting
time it
you.
says loading, you're like, oh, here it goes.
I'm like, oh, you
All
already
right,
No.
saving
that's
for
a good
me.
number 5.
Mm-mm.
Uh, my actual number 4 is Silent Hill.
Oh,
That
okay.
movie, or that movie. The
Silent
movie
Hill.
creeped me out
I
too.
think it was. Oh, the movie didn't make it no better. I think when I played the second Silent Hill, the first beginning of the game, you're going down the street and you see nothing. It's just clouds everywhere. It was fog everywhere. I was like, you know what? I can already see y'all with the shit. I can already see. I already see. I don't like this.
Oh,
I
it's allowed.
just
Good job. Explain that.
my third one that really it got me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It reminded me of it gave me the Saw feeling, the evil within.
Oh yes, I
Oh
played that.
yeah,
That's a good
I
game. Yeah.
played that.
Yeah, it gave me like Resident. It was by the same people who made Resident Evil, but they tried to do like something different. And I freaking love Saw, so I was like, I'm gonna play it. I got this. Did not get far.
It didn't get far.
Didn't get far at all. My number 2. This was more so of like a jump scare, but when I tell you, my heart was like racing every time something came out. Dead Space.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've never played that one, but
Mm-mm.
I remember I know it, but I never played that one. Tell us about it.
Dead Space was like kind of literally you were in space and you would have to try to like it was a survival game too. You would try to like leave, and I remember this is when I originally thought of fuck them kids because you had these monsters that was literally they had like children and they would just like jump out of nowhere and they was just like running after you the whole time on top of their mamas
uh,
and daddies and sisters and brothers, and I ain't got time. I don't play with people kids. I don't play with people kids.
I'm rubbing off
uh
on everybody. I think that's so
it
funny.
was I was everybody shot in the face, everybody. Now this is the scariest one yet to me because you have no weapon. Your literal thing is to just survive. Outlast.
Yes, I
Oh.
was hoping you were going to say Outlast.
I've never played. I was really thinking he was gonna go for Left for Dead, but I've never played Outlast.
Yeah.
Tell us
I
about
love
it.
Left 4 Dead. Outlast.
Man.
Outlast is you're this what was he, a journalist, and they just send you out to this psychiatric hospital and you don't know nothing. You just going to record and to take pictures and you're just there, and then when somebody comes to try to attack you, all you can do is run. That's it.
You
That's
you
That's
you
like
don't even have hands. You don't have a knife. You don't have a
oh
pen. You can stab
exactly.
him with.
Sometimes these
you
hands is all you need.
I
Mm-mm.
won't say that. I would have threw that camera. I'm gone.
That
Like
that game Sounds like a weatherman outside during a hurricane to tell
Yeah.
us that there's a hurricane. Nothing.
Just getting
Nothing.
blasted.
You have nothing. You're literally there recording everything
Oh
for
no, I'm not. I'm
proof.
not playing that game.
That
I'm gonna
piggy,
be honest. I'm not.
piggy dude.
Uh,
That piggy dude. Mm-mm.
oh,
Mm-mm. Look, she almost ran. Bring back
No, I
flashbacks.
can't play that. That would
I'm at
freak me
my.
out.
I can't like and they just pop up out of nowhere. You'll see something, and then it's not there no more, or like, and then your light is from your camera. So once your light from your camera goes out, you ain't got nothing else. I'm just
Oh,
like, now I gotta go find batteries. I'm like, no, man, no, if I see
No,
oh.
you
no, no. You ain't gonna be putting me on all these missions and in the dark. No, no. I'm not gonna
with
do it.
with no weapon, with
Yes,
no weapon.
that sounds like a great list.
Sounds terrifying.
Audience, we will be back after these messages. Yes, that seemed like a great list.
Uh,
Man,
Um,
Mama Bear, you ever play what's it called? Fatal Frame.
yeah, that's another. That's another. I was
Fatal Frame
trying.
was
I was like,
God.
that was older, but I also thought about that as well. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about Fatal Frame, though, my man. That game got me though, for real, for real. That was probably between that and Outlast. It was really close.
all right, we got 3 minutes. When we come back, I will go with my top five, and then and you talk about the king of the horror manga.
Hey,
Gotcha.
did it.
Oh yes, we haven't ranked the villains yet. I'm gonna put these on the chat and y'all rank where they come, so
Okay.
I can tally them up.
And has this. Thank you for sticking around, being in here. I did it on mine. I just kind of like got screen sharing going on my Twitch right now,
Oh, that's good.
and we got people in here. You're not gonna love it.
I'm watching it on Facebook as we are doing it just to see how it
Okay,
looks.
YouTube. That's what I'm doing on YouTube.
Are you doing?
big. Ooh.
Rank them 1 through 10.
Oh shit. Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Now I got some. Can you really consider Saw a scary movie? Like, is it
No,
really?
Jigsaw. We're just
No,
talking
no, no.
about the just the people.
Yeah,
How many are you putting out? 10?
yeah.
Yes,
Team.
Ah, jeez.
Well, shucks.
that should be 10. Ghostface is Scream. I don't know why I did that twice. Hold on. With my luck, I probably missed one.
Let's see. Mm. No, you seen up there. You just put Scream with Ghostface, basically the same.
Okay, yeah, that's the same. Okay.
Are we typing it out here? Or we just gonna say it out loud?
Uh, type it so I can tally up.
Okay.
feel like I'm missing one.
Wow. Okay. Let's
Who am I
see.
missing?
Mm,
Who am I missing?
yeah. Who am I missing too? Oh, you're missing. You're
Oh, I
missing
know who.
Candyman.
Yep. Okay.
Here we go.
So Candyman's your number 10, Angie.
Yeah,
So I did mine backwards, so
I did mine backwards too. Oh, I see what you said.
yeah.
All right. Give it 60 seconds, and then we'll do the tally later. Let's see. Hellraiser, Chucky, Leatherface, Myers. Oh goodness. I think I know who's gonna win this one. Looking at the tally.
Uh-oh.
He's been up there on everyone's. Nobody's scared of Scream, huh? Ghostface, nobody scared of him.
Man, it's a dude with a knife. All right, tell him
Right?
to run up. Catch his
Right.
hands.
Oh,
Catch his
Lord.
hands.
It's
Bring
Matthew
your knife
Lillard.
to this
It's
gunfight.
Matthew Lillard.
All right, me and him can fight with knives real quick. He got a knife. I got swords. All
Yeah.
right, who gonna win?
Matthew Lillard. He's such a goof. He did a really good Shaggy though.
Yeah,
Uh,
he really
yeah.
did.
Hello. Let's not forget about 13 Ghosts.
That movie was phenomenal
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like, I think the lore that was going on in that movie. I wanted that book that girl had so bad.
You know what? I think they'll get back to doing something like that.
Mm.
I think they will.
Ah.
富江っていうのよ。しかし、よく僕の家が分かったね。立派な家だもの、すぐ分かりましたわ。それじゃあこれからも君みたいに無断で家に入り込む人が出てくるのかな。そうね。でも私ほどの女の子は二度と現れないでしょ。
About 10. That's true. That's true. Has this.
私ほどの女の子はこの世に二人といないはずだもの。
Live from the Nerdverse, we are the Nerds of Tomorrow. Hear us on the Nerds of Tomorrow podcast. Look for us on the Nerds of Tomorrow network, on YouTube and Twitch for more content. Find us on the socials, the Nerds of Tomorrow networks, same name, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, for promos and upcoming projects. This is Knots Presents Halloween Semicast, and we're live. All right. Guys, audience, if you're still here with us, y'all should be heading home. Hopefully, I'm hoping y'all head home. And for the ones who didn't participate in Trick or Treat, just want to do a little movie at the house, maybe pass out some candy. Let's talk about movies, and we always talk about Halloween shows the horror movies. I want to give some bearded nerds 5 worst Halloween horror movies or slash horror movies.
Okay.
And let me see if y'all agree with me. I'm just gonna get right to it. Number 5, Jeepers Creepers 3. You know what? I love Jeepers Creepers, the first movie. I love how they made him like this his whole presence. Before 2 and 3 made him look goofy, before Hollywood tried to, of course, cash in. But I love Jason Long was in that movie. I just love the whole aspect of this Sutton if Sutton chasing after you based on your fear hormones,
Mhm.
and they tried to make Jeepers Creepers 3 into a movie slasher franchise thing, and it just this I will never watch it again. I will never watch it again. Well, how y'all feel about Jeepers Creepers 3?
I never watched it.
Me
Oh,
neither.
good, good, good. You don't need to.
There you go.
I love how you just like you don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Number 4. This is not the title, but y'all will understand once I say it. Wheelchair Chucky. Don't like that movie.
What?
Juggernaut smiling. He knows what I'm talking
I
about.
know who he talking about.
Wheelchair Chucky.
We've been warned.
Like a disabled Chucky? Like a
Right? That's all right.
like
It came
little-
out about 3
I'll
years
have to look
ago.
this up.
This lady in this wheelchair got this. It's back when they was trying to remake or reboot Chucky 3 years ago. Not that new movie 2 years ago, but it was like about 4 years ago. I'm gonna say 4 years ago. Yeah, she's in a wheelchair. She gets the doll, and of course Chucky's Chucky.
Yeah.
But it's wheelchair Chucky. I don't know what it's really called, and I'm just gonna call it
okay.
wheelchair Chucky, and I'm not watching it again. Yeah, she's in a wheelchair, so I'm calling wheelchair Chucky. I'm sorry, not sorry.
I feel like that's
Yeah, you wasted my 2 hours, so I don't care what your name is.
this is horrible.
Number 3, Leprechaun in the Hood.
That's the homie right there.
What?
Black people can't have scary movies because this is what y'all do to it.
Is it really called leper? Yes, it is. It is. I'm googling it right now.
Just Angie, I wouldn't lie about this. I would not lie
I
about
mean,
this.
you just called it
Just
wheelchair
like I
Chucky,
wouldn't
though.
lie about wheelchair Chucky that I still don't know the name of and I don't care. I
Alright.
do not ever want to watch Leprechaun in the Hood again.
The fact
I was
that
over.
Ice-T is in
You know, I
this,
didn't finish that movie after he got high smoking weed on the couch. Spoiler alert.
And Coolio
I
was
just,
in it.
I like Tales from the Hood. That's a good like urban horror movie, but Leprechaun, I was like, God, look what y'all doing to the franchise.
It was terrible.
Look what y'all are
It was
doing.
really terrible.
Jason,
can't.
you're on here too. Y'all ever see Jason in Space?
Yes.
I think I saw like parts of it.
Mm-mm.
I love Jason, and I love space. I love astrology, and you would think this would have been a great movie.
You thought?
It's not.
Nope.
I seen it one time, and I was like, I don't respect Jason ever again. I don't.
I'm weak.
I didn't so much that when the next movie came out, I think it was Freddy versus Jason. I wanted Freddy to mop the floor with Jason just because I watched that movie. To be honest.
Yeah.
And number 1, drum roll.
Oh, my dog started barking.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's trying to help out.
Do y'all? It's unfortunate because I like this actor, and if he just stuck with 3 movies, he would be in the Hall of Fame. But just because he did this movie, I hope he never gets in the Hall of Fame of Hollywood. And I'm talking about Omar Epps. I love Juice. I love Juice. You know,
That's
Love and
new.
Basketball. You
Oh,
can
Yeah.
watch that with your woman anytime, and it's a feel good movie y'all both like.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You're
Deep
right.
Cover. Him and LL Cool J. No, it wasn't Deep Cover. What was it called?
I was I know exactly. Oh, come
God.
on.
He called himself
Um,
God. LL Cool J. What
yeah.
was that movie? Was it deep?
Dang it.
It wasn't Deep Cover. But anyway, it
I
don't
know what you're
matter.
talking
He's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. I'm tired of Omar Epps because I watched Dracula 2000. He was
oh
in it,
God,
and I was thinking it was gonna be good, and that was the worst. Man, Dracula
about.
wasted my 90 minutes.
it was
So
kind of
that's why
weird.
Omar Epps will never be in the Hall of Fame in Hollywood because of that movie. That movie is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Y'all got
trash.
any? What y'all feel about it? Have y'all seen Dracula 2000? That's my number
Yes,
one.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen Dracula 2000.
Don't.
It was
it's
terrible.
trash.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was.
Garbellini.
I
That's
mean,
what
you
this
can get
list
it
is
for
for.
free, sure, but I wouldn't pay money.
Yeah, then that's my list. All right,
Nice.
Juggernaut, talk
Well,
about the horror monger,
Manga,
horror
that's a good one too.
horror manga king.
I mean,
I
or
mean,
horror.
whoremonger. I
It's
mean, close
either
enough,
one.
close enough. Going from the bad to the good. So, I want to speak a little bit about a person that not everybody knows. Um, he is the equivalent of what he's like the horror manga equivalent of what Miyazaki is to movies, to like anime movies. Uh, he's the Godfather, and this man, his name is Junji Ito. Um, and a lot of people just don't know about Junji Ito. Like a lot of people don't know about like his work. And if you want to read something, a manga that's truly scary, then you want to check out Junji Ito. They try to do anime, and I know a lot of people want to jump to anime, and they try to do anime, but it just doesn't translate. It doesn't translate well to anime. His art style and everything, it they don't do it. They haven't done it justice. Now next year there is a movie coming out um, that they're going to try again.
Why do you don't think they do it justice for?
I mean, it's just they can't translate the creepiness of the still images. So he puts a lot of work into his art,
Hmm.
and when they do the anime, like they kind of haphazardly do it. They're just like, okay, yeah, it's Junji Ito. It's gonna be scary. There we go. We will throw it in there. But they're gonna try again next year with Uzumaki. Um, we'll see how they do. But Junji Ito, like when it comes down, like I said, when it comes down to manga, when it comes down to storytelling, when it comes down overall, when it comes down to like just horror, if you want to read something, you've got to check this man out. He does not just regular Japanese horror stories, which I'll go into a little detail later about, but I mean he does uh the stuff that he makes up himself, and it's legitimately creepy. It's almost like Black Mirror. You know how Black Mirror kind of has take things in
Oh yeah.
reality and kind of expand on them, and it makes you really kind of think. He does a horror version of that, like in the manga form. There is the girl with the snail face, or the snail with the girl's face, which that's a pretty. They try to do it in the anime, and looks so silly, but in the manga, it's creepy. It's like about a girl who slowly turns into a snail,
That's kind
and
of scary.
it's creepy. Or
Wow.
yeah, there's another one. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's like the puppet
Okay.
house. It's like the puppet house where like the people go into the house, they turn into puppets. And yeah, it was just Angie looking at some of the images, like they're just scary.
Yeah, they're very disturbing.
And I mean
I
it's
I'm gonna
legitimately
have to look at
creepy.
these images.
They're very creepy. Yeah, I could see how this wouldn't transfer over into anime because, like, the shading that he does, the art style for sure.
It's kind of like how they try to
Like,
do Berserk. Like
uh,
rest in peace to the creator of Berserk. The manga for Berserk is amazing. He put so much. It took so long to come out with so many chapters because of all the work that he put into just the artwork. And when they try to translate it into anime, they just don't care as much. They don't put as much work into it.
this is
Uh,
Trey creepy. Like,
yeah,
woo, no, thank you.
yeah. And I mean, Junji Ito, he still does stuff today, and I mean, his stuff is just And you actually look at him. You found a picture of him. He looks like an unassuming Japanese man.
Right? I think I just saw a picture of him. I'm like, oh,
it's so funny. He looks like a
oh,
random
I
Japanese
thought-
dude you see on the street. But
Yeah.
his mind just works differently.
You would think like a Tim Burton kind of looking guy would represent like that kind of art style, but no, you're right. He's very, very regular looking.
His stories just out of out of the box, like just things you wouldn't necessarily think of. You have like our American horror guys. You have your Freddy, you have your Jason, you have your Leatherface, you have those guys. You have your Chucky's, and I mean like a lot of those are kind of regular dudes. If something happened with, and it's just, it can be a little scary, but not too much. But I mean, when you go to Junji Ito stuff, like I mean, it's intense. I mean, this man is the grandfather, the grandmaster of horror. Like and when it comes to Japan in the horror genre, his once again, like I said, his mangas. You can go and watch some of his animes and some of the chapters. I mean, the episodes are very short, like they're like 2-3 minutes long. You can go and watch some of the stuff and kind of get an idea for it, and be like, oh, that's kind of creepy. But then if you go and watch it, go and read the manga afterwards, you'll be like, oh my god, like, that's terrifying.
Oh, wow.
It looked terrifying.
Yeah, Tomoe is like the main one of his main arts, one of his main things. It's about a mortal girl who has admirers. Like she's had admirers over time, and I mean that her whole thing, or she just drives people to do crazy stuff, and it's like Kira take it to like the next level. Kira kind of had.
I was just about to say Kira, yeah.
Yeah, Kira and Death Note had his own kind of cult kind of thing. Well, I mean, she had like a superpower that she had a power that allowed her to do that. You've got Uzumaki. It's about a town that it's. I don't want to go into it because I don't want to spoil things, but you just have to check out his work. The thing, like his artwork, is scary. You'll see it in your dreams. Don't read it before you go to sleep. Yeah. Don't read it at night. If you go to bed at midnight, don't read it at 9 o'clock.
That's how I felt about that House on Haunted Hill, or is it not House? Haunting of Hill House. I had nightmares about that I'm like an adult, and I had nightmares.
And I mean, his stuff is it's easily broken down. Like they're not super long. If you want to read some horror something real quick, you just like, I don't get my horror fix. Everybody wants to be scared of it. Mm-hmm. You want to get a short fix. I mean, you can just go and read something real quick. I mean, he has longer volumes, but I mean, everything's kind of sit down, digestible real quick and make you think. It kind of helps for how younger people nowadays, how they can't just sit down and watch a whole 30-minute, hour and a half long movie. They struggle with it. They like to digest information in smaller pieces, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, stuff like that. It's small, digestible information, and I mean, it's some of the scariest stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, Ghost don't bother me too much, but the yokais, which Japanese spirits that with his stuff, oh man,
God, I forgot about yokai.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you think. It makes you think about what could happen to you today.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a brief summary on Junji Ito. Like I said, people, it's JUNJI space Ito ITO. Look him up.
Perfect.
You get a chance, check him out. If you're a real horrorphile, as they say, horrorphile, somebody who likes horror, and you haven't heard of Junji Ito, go get your fix. All right, go get you a little fix real quick.
Nice.
That is perfect. Now, I just did my top 5 worst Halloween horror movies. This is top 5 movies that SumBeardedNerd that is scary that I will never watch again. Just because it scared me so much the first time. Now, it might not hold the test of time. I'm just not going back to it. I'm going to start number 5, Possession. Have y'all seen the Possession movie? I think it had Dean Morgan in it. Negan in it. Little girl takes a box home. The box possesses her. I do not like possession movies at all.
Yeah.
Spirits and stuff like that, I try to stay away from. I don't like
Mm-mm.
it. It makes me cringy. And that movie, I watched it. I was like, oh, all right. And I knew while I was watching it, I was like, I'm not going back to this movie once I finish it. The same with number four. Y'all know Anthony Hopkins.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever seen The Right?
Yeah.
I have.
Rite.
Same.
It it was
Fishy.
beautifully
Thank you.
suspenseful, but it's about Anthony Hopkins. Spoiler alert: he is a priest he's an exorcist, and something happens when he's training a younger priest to be an exorcist, to take a spirit out of a woman. The spirit comes into him, and it was a great acting job because
Mhm.
to this day I do not want to watch that. I don't like I said, I don't like Exorcist movies.
Mhm.
Angie, you said you seen it. How do you feel about the movie?
I saw it a long time ago. I think like right around when it came out. So I
Yes,
don't
me
really
too.
remember a lot about what happened, but I think there's like a twist at the end, isn't there, where that involves Anthony Hopkins himself?
See, all I can remember is I think the demon that was actually in him was one of the devil or something like that.
Yeah,
So, but I
that's
Mhm.
what I
just
thought too.
when I'm thinking about that movie, I just like I'm trying to think about something else because it is just
Mhm.
it creeps me out every time. I
Yeah.
have not
Nah.
went back to that movie. Another movie I didn't go back to, Sinister. Sinister
Mm.
is
Yeah,
probably not the scariest movie, but it had a lot of jump
Look at that.
scares, and I just hate families that stay in houses that they don't need to. Like I said earlier, and I
Yeah.
think Sinister is one of them. It's eerie, but it's like it has like it was showing how other families died, and there's nothing like extravagant about the deaths. It's just the coldness of it, the callous. Is
Mhm.
like, oh,
Man, you need to
I
leave
don't.
Michael. You need to leave Michael Jackson alone. All right.
stop,
Ooh.
Oh, you say he looked like Michael Jackson? Oh
Buddy,
God.
Ooh.
I heard he when he came on the screen.
stop. Oh, poor
Number
Michael.
two is As It Is Below. Have y'all seen that about
Yes,
the
Yeah.
adventurers go in the sewers and they really are like
they go.
enter
Yeah,
like a
that was
passage of
weird.
hell? That
The
movie
hell?
creeped me out.
No,
I don't
thank
know
you.
Yes.
how I found it. I found it just randomly too, or yeah.
Well, I remember when it was coming out in trailers, I was like, ooh, I like scary movies. I'm like, I want to see it. I was at the theater and I was like, I cannot wait till this ends because my heart is pumping.
It was
I
weird.
don't like movies anyway where, yeah, you remember that movie, The Descent, where they were in that
Yes.
Yes,
cave and them,
I remember
Oh
that.
like,
my god, that's
them,
exactly what I was thinking.
yeah, I don't like, if you're in a cave or just in enclosure, like something claustrophobic. I don't like
Mhm.
that, and that with the element of demonic spirits in that movie.
Mhm.
I'm like, no, no.
I got
As it,
confused for like in the beginning or like in the middle when they were talking about all the stuff. I'm like, what?
yeah,
It took me a minute to kind of like work through what was actually going on.
Mhm.
oh
It was
yes,
weird, but
yes,
I thought it was a good time to watch. Like,
as it is below. Yeah, is number two definitely. Hey, if y'all go to a scary movie, put a pin in this. Do y'all go to the matinee? That way it's still daytime when y'all
Yup.
yeah,
leave the movie theater, huh? Because
Yup.
I'll do that if I think the movie's gonna be real scary. I'm not ashamed.
I don't care if it's gonna be scary or not. I'm gonna go to the matinee.
I'll
I
probably
go
Mm.
with
do.
a group of people.
I'll do it at home during the day. I'll watch it at home during the
During
day.
the day,
Yep.
yes.
Hell
I
yeah.
guess I'm weird. I do nights, but I go with a group of people, and I mean we clown. Like we just
Okay,
like
that makes
we're
sense.
we're we're those obnoxious black people in the movie theater who are like, run, bitch, run! What are you
Oh,
doing?
stop!
Why are
Yeah.
you falling? Oh, she's stupid. Oh, she dead. She dead.
Mm.
Don't go in there.
She
We're those people.
look,
We're
she
those
she
people.
she hella did.
Still, one of my favorite commercials to this day is that insurance commercial where they're in that cemetery and they're like, "Let's get in the rented car," and he's like, "No, let's hide behind the chainsaws." I love
I
that
Oh
just
yeah, I
commercial
saw
saw
still
that
to
that the
this
other
commercial
day.
day.
today.
Yeah,
I saw
still to
that.
this day, I love this commercial. Oh, let me get to number one. Number one, I seen it the first time, and it's my first time seeing another Olsen twin. Well, it wasn't an Olsen twin, an Olsen sister, but this is the first time I seen Elizabeth Olsen, and it's called The Silent House. Do y'all remember The Silent House?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
And,
Tell
and
me what's
I'm
about.
telling you, this movie, this is my list. So I will admit, this movie, if I'm remembering right, it's really not that scary because but inside the house, there's something going on, and you don't see no monsters, you don't see nothing, just little stuff moving out of place, and it
Hmm.
it just it I remember seeing it and I'm like, yep, I ain't watching this again. And usually when I can make a mental note, that note stays with me, so I ain't want to watch it again. It
Hmm.
might not even
Yeah.
be scary to this day, but I
Oh
just,
yeah.
like I said, if I see something in my house to start moving across it, I'm like, all right, U-Haul. And I'm getting movers. I'm not going back in the house. I'm not, you're not
Let
playing me
them
like
deal with
that.
it.
Because
Let
baby,
them
you
deal
can
with it.
keep this house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll take that hit.
Do y'all have any good ones? That's my list. Do y'all have any good movies that y'all seen and like, oh, this movie, I'm not watching this again at all?
Mm,
I think any scary movie, usually I'll
mm,
try to get through it once if I can, and then that's it. I'm not going to go back because there's no point.
yeah.
You know what's going on. You've watched it all. Like you've seen the scary parts. Eh, I don't think I have anything.
I don't. I'm not a big Halloween person. Like I can't say Halloween. I'm not a big scary movie person. Let me rephrase that.
I mean, I like I said earlier, man. Encounter to the Fourth Kind. That's about the only thing that scared the living daylights out of me. Um, Never again. I don't even want to. Like, I literally tear up when I like
Mila
when I.
Jovovich is who the
There
actress
we
is.
go. Yes.
Mila
Yeah.
Heights Jovovich. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
That it just. I mean,
Great nerd. Great nerd
got
mind
it.
you got. She
Got an
pulled that out of
info.
the air.
well, she was in all the Resident Evil movies, and I really
Exactly. Okay,
liked
I thought
those.
so. I
Yeah,
thought so.
so
Hmm.
See, I just call her Ultraviolet
yeah, I like
or
that one
Oh.
too.
Lulu or Lulu. Oh yeah, women
Lilu,
had a Lulu
Lilu,
phase. God.
Lilu, Lilu.
Oh, Lee
Say it
Lu.
right.
Right.
Yes,
Don't
Lilu.
Lilu Dallas. Yes, that was one of my favorite movies.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, going on from your horror movies, I have one more top five topic. Um,
Oh, I got a
you
pin.
know, going from American movies, going to back to Japan. It's almost like I live there.
Nice.
Um, but they have their own like little myths, their own little like horror stuff, their own little horror stories. So I'm going to take y'all across the pond and kind of give you guys Juggernaut's top five Japanese scary stories and urban legends. And like they're in Japan. I mean, it's of course it's a cultural difference, from us here in America. But I mean, they have things that are kind of similar to ours. They're based in their reality, but you can also see them based in ours, like how things are here in America as well. So in Japan, they have pretty much two kind of horror creatures. They have the yurei, which are ghosts of deceased people, and then you have your yokais, which are the mythical spirits.
Yeah.
They're mythical spirits. Like fairies, like how we have fairies over here and stuff like that. Um, so starting with my number five, we have Japan's very own Bloody Mary.
Hmm.
Um, and like it's funny, but it's not funny. They really try to do it up in anime recently. They try to make it more of a comedic thing. But the name is and I'm probably gonna butcher this, but it's Tore no Hanako-san.
Ooh, you better
Um,
say
which translates in English to Hanako of the toilet.
Well, that's
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Okay, and so Hanako of the toilet, it's a girl, and if you go to
Guy
go
named
to the third
Hanako.
floor bathroom, yeah, girl named Hanako. She's in a red skirt, got the Japanese bob hairstyle and everything. Looks really unassuming. But if you go to the third floor of a building, and you go to the bathroom, and you knock on the third stall 3 times, and say Hanako Soko no Imasaka, which is Hanako, are you there? Um, so like I said, summons a little red girl, and literally she drags you in the toilet. Like if she
That's
answers,
rude.
she drags you down the toilet. So it's a really shitty way to go.
Legit, no pun intended.
Yes,
Yeah,
goodness.
so there's other toilet spirits or other bathroom spirits in Japan. There's another one who I'll get into a little bit later who's really horrible. But
I love how they just have spirits for everybody, like everything.
yeah.
They have rock spirits, they have radish spirits, they've got tree spirits. Like everybody's got a spirit.
I've always wanted to visit Japan, but I don't know if I can live there.
Oh, yeah.
Anything could be haunted. My microphone could be haunted. My laptop could be
legit.
haunted.
Just don't use the dirt stall.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, and you've probably heard of this one. I've seen it in all different kind of represented in animes and video games and stuff. But it's the Yuki Onna. The Yuki Onna is skin is white as snow. Now, me and Mr. T over here don't have to worry about too much because she only goes after handsome men. So
I pity the food don't respect this mohawk. That's the different color than my beard. Don't ask me. The carpets don't match the drape. But that's fine. She can hunt you. She can get you.
Look what I'm looking right now. My beard is unkempt and everything. She ain't coming at me either. Now you take off the mohawk and sideburn, she might come get you. But her thing is, luckily we don't have to deal with her much as well because, like you said earlier, you don't go camping. You don't go there in an ice storm. But her whole thing in Japan,
2-minute movie, 2-minute horror movie.
You were like, hey, yo, we're gonna go camping on Mount Fuji. Y'all are gonna go camping on Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Who is we?
Exactly. We speak French now. It's order. But she's a spirit. Anytime you see anybody in anime or video games who's got like ice power in their name's Yuki. I mean, Yuki translates to snow. Like, so I mean, it's probably based on
always.
Yuki.
There's always.
But her whole thing is she's really beautiful, supposedly. I mean, a ghost, extra white pale face. I mean, look, if that's what you like, But she's really beautiful and she lures you in. It's like, Coco, I got a blanket. All right, I got something. You know where the warmest part of the body is, don't you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She lures people in, she kills them.
Oh, she a succubus. Okay.
Pretty much.
I was trying to think of the word.
Number 3, we got a Jorogumo, which translates pretty much to the woman spider, but it also can mean the entangled bride or the whore spider. That's translation. Part of my language, but her young man, once again, succubus feeds on young men. So just Angie, Mama Bear, you don't have to worry about her. A lot of these spirits in Japan, I mean, I guess they got an issue with women because a lot of these spirits are female.
They all sound like jaded women, like as well. I'm sure somehow they've all been jaded. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you always hear about the sirens or the succubus, so it seems like the first 3 on your list are really heavy into that.
But actually, the Jorogumo is based on it's a golden orb weaver spider they have in Japan. It's a spider. I mean, nobody likes spiders. Well, I mean, okay, some people like spiders. I don't like spiders. But it's based on a real spider. And they say if it lives for 400 years, it turns into the Jorogumo. So, AKA kill spiders when you see them. If it lives for too long, it's going to turn into a woman that's going to, come in and she's going to kill you and come get you. All right. So now we're going to get to the top 2. These top 2 are these are the kind of ones that if I wrote a horror movie, I'd put them in a horror movie because once you see them, you're screwed. Like, either way, you're kind of in trouble. SumBeardedNerd, I want to hear yo escape from these 2.
Okay.
That's so funny.
So number 2, and once again, I'm going to probably butcher this, but is the Kuchisake Onna. Kuchisake Onna translates to the slit-faced woman. You might have heard about her. And the whole thing with her, she's another jaded woman. She was caught committing adultery by her husband, and he gave her the Joker. He slit her from ear to ear.
Ooh.
And
I'm going to read about this one. This sounds good.
So this one right here, and I'll go in a little more detail about her. Because the top two, I'll give a little more detail about them. So she'll come up to you. Usually it's in schools when you're in an abandoned building or something like that. Or like like if you're at school late at night, let's say you left school campus late, and you're in a building and you're like it's not too many people there. She'll come up to you and she has like a surgical mask on. Now nowadays that's
Yeah.
not a big. That's everybody has surgical mask on, so
Right.
you're gonna be
Something
unassuming.
about this. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Right.
unassuming. But she'll come to you and she'll say, "Watashi kere?
Am I pretty?
Am I beautiful?" Yes.
Ah.
Oh, good job.
Look
You was
at it. Look
close.
at it.
Oh,
Look
you
at
did
it.
that.
If you say no, she gonna mark you right there,
Yeah,
right then and
I've
there.
seen something about this.
Yeah, right then and there, she gonna mark you if you say no.
No.
But if
Oh,
you,
okay.
if
So if you ask me how I can get out of it, I'm just gonna say yeah.
okay, exactly right.
I
So if
mean,
you say yes, this is what she does. She removes her mask, shows you her crazy smiling face, and she's gonna say, "Am I still beautiful?"
hmm.
Now, if you say no, she's gonna rip your limbs off. Make
Well,
it.
I'm generally a nice person anyway. A person who's seen a lot of ugly babies in their days. It
Mm.
says, "Oh, look at the cute thing." So I definitely, there's no problem. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, girl, you look fine."
So
You
if you
know.
say yes, she's like, "Then I'll make you beautiful like me," and she will slit you from ear to ear.
See, now you didn't tell me all that. You did not tell me
Mm-mm.
all that.
That's too much.
Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to let me look at my list of how to survive
I know how
BS
Survivor.
stuff.
I think I saw this somewhere,
Mhm.
but I want to hear how you're gonna do it.
Okay, so I'm going to treat her like a grizzly bear. I'm going to just going to pass out and act like I'm dead, and just wait for her to move on.
Doubtful. You've been marked.
Just that's what they say with bears. I mean, I've never tested it
She's a
myself.
homicidal
What you trying to say?
spirit. Oh shit.
You gonna play dead? Bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna play dead. Now, you didn't tell me about the whole slitting of the face. So if I say she's not
I
beautiful, she
remember that.
killed me. If I say uh, she is, she gonna slit my face to make me look like Chips from Sons of Anarchy.
I mean, exactly. That's the
Oh.
thing. She want you. You said she's beautiful. She's trying to help you out. You gonna look just
Hmm.
like her.
This is
Y'all
this
twinsies.
is
You
I
live.
know something you
That's
should
true.
know.
Just Angie, tell them what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to confuse her with asking another question, I think.
Mhm.
ooh
Yeah, I don't even
smart
remember what
cookie,
I saw this from.
Hmm.
It's from I saw it on a TV show or something. But
smart
that's the
cookie.
only part I remember was this guy finds her in an alleyway. She
See,
asks the question, and then he asks her, "I don't know, are you?" And then like she just like freezes and doesn't know what to do. And then she like asks the question again, and he asks another question.
Yep.
It was
What the heck?
funny.
Yeah, they
I'm
cancel each other
ashamed.
out. They cancel each other out.
So yeah, I would see you still alive, Angie. Your face all marked up, and I would have the saltiest look with my big wide smile.
You big dead ass.
Now here, number
And
one, number one. This one was just it's just a suck situation to be in. Once again, we're in a bathroom. In a bathroom, office building, school. You gotta. You
No.
ate some Chipotle for lunch. All right.
Oh shit.
I do love Chipotle.
You go in there
I don't.
and
Yeah.
you go in there and you're out of toilet paper.
Oh man.
Man, you out of toilet paper. What you gonna do now? Well, Akamanto,
Honestly.
he's got you. Akamanto, otherwise known as Red Cloak. Um,
Ugh.
Exactly.
he wears a white mask and a long red cape, and it's a child. And actually this one actually comes at the girls more often because he's a pervert, I guess.
Mm.
But he holds out red toilet paper and blue toilet paper. He's trying to morph you.
Oh.
he's trying to take you to. He's trying to take your booty to the Matrix or something.
I guess so.
He's trying to take you out. That's what he's trying to
Or
do.
something.
Now, this is
All
another
right.
one where you can't really escape this one. So unless you want to leave with dirty booty.
I know what to do. Wait, no, I don't, but I have an idea.
So with this one, if you pick the red toilet paper, he slit your throat. All the blood and everything like that. If you pick and you get found in a pretty embarrassing spot. I said before I don't want to be found naked, and that's pretty bad. You pretty close. And if you pick the blue one, he suffocates you. He chokes you out.
What is up with Japanese horror stories?
No,
Like they
yeah,
have
Yeah, they want
they
you to
have
put.
women and
They want
like
you in a predicament.
yeah.
yes. And plus they have women and like toilet issues.
It's weird.
Yes.
I mean,
What are you doing to?
you're in the most vulnerable spot when you're on the toilet. You got to think what.
That's true.
That's
There's
That's
true.
two
true.
times. There's two times in your adult life that you were vulnerable. Either when you doing the do, and that's when Jason come and stab you, or where you take a number two, and you on the bathroom, you sitting on the toilet, you thinking you on your phone, or if it's back in the day, you reading the magazine, you just trying to chill, and then you look over, oh man, I'm out of toilet paper, and then this dude come up and it's like, I got red and I got blue. You picking the Bloods or the Crips?
Mhm. It's a good
And
boy.
either way, you pretty in trouble. Now, now in my research, I didn't find a way to really escape him other than leave with dirty booty. But just Angie, what's your escape plan for
I'm hitting him my dirty
Akamoto?
draws. I'm wiping my butt with my underwear and I'm hitting him too. That's how you get out. Or you wipe your butt with your hand and try to shake his
You
hand.
see the Boondocks? You got to use the thumb.
I'm just gonna say, what's your problem? Like, what's your problem, really?
He
Come
won't be able
on.
to answer your question. He'll tell you to pick again. There's no conscious conversation that will be had.
I'm gonna be like, I like lavender, so you gotta find me another one. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't like these unwinnable scenarios.
Well, they're winnable. You just have to think kind of outside the box.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, Japanese, their horror stories. I mean, like I said, they get you in the bathroom and stuff, most vulnerable situations. I mean, if a girl walks up on you and says, "Am I beautiful?" I mean, first of all, if a random girl comes up to me and is like, "Hey, am I beautiful?" I'm like, I mean, I guess.
I know, right? I don't know. Are you?
Like,
I should just go ahead and start doing that. Go ahead and start doing that now. Train yourself to answer that question with the question, I don't know, are you? Just to save your life.
Yes.
In today's time and age, it's probably best to answer ambiguous, because
Yes.
if you tell her no, it's like, oh, you think I'm ugly? Oh, really? We got a problem now. And if you tell her she look good, she's like, oh, you hitting on me? You hitting on me? Well, I got a boyfriend. You asked me.
Yeah. Always a workaround to leave it back to make things happen.
Juggernaut, that was a good list. And yes, audience, please check out some of them horror stories. That lady that Angie knows a lot about but don't know why.
I don't know why.
I really want to read up more about her. But okay, let's move back towards the other side of the Pacific, back into American culture. And of course the American culture horror movies. They have their big monsters slash slashers, and we all ranked the 10 of the top Halloween villains that we see on the big screen. Hollywood gives us. The They are Leatherface, Candyman, Michael Myers, Chucky, Jigsaw, Ghostface from Scream, Pennywise, Freddy, and Jason. So that's the 10. So they don't know. We all ranked them, and I added up and I re-ranked them to see, as nerds of tomorrow, who is our top 10 through 1. So as a group, our top 10 uh, is Ghostface. We really didn't we really didn't fear Ghostface. Uh, Ghostface isn't our favorite one. The one in Scream. Why do you think that is, Angie? What's about Ghostface? Scream's a good movie.
I put Ghostface somewhere along that, and I put Candyman as number 10, but just because he's a regular dude walking around with a knife and a mask, just shoot him.
Just shoot him.
Get him back.
Break his knees. He got knives.
He's wasting them collect calls.
Right? Blowing up my phone, wasting my damn minutes.
Number 9, we chose Jigsaw. And I want to take Jigsaw personally. Personally, Jigsaw's eerie, but I don't want to, just like how you put me in predicament, it's a lose lose. I don't want to play none of them Jigsaw games. It's like you got to hurt yourself just to stay alive. There was that one where his back was glued to a car, super glued, and he had to move, so he had basically tear off the skin of his back. Like, no, no.
I
But
mean,
we ranked him number 9. But I just, Saul, I don't want no part of.
Well, I
he's
mean,
dying anyways, isn't he?
yeah, like
I
he's
think
like
he's dead
yeah,
now, and
at
is
this point he's
somehow
dead. Yeah.
still doing it.
Uh,
I mean, here's my thing with Jigsaw. Like, first of all, it's a clown on a Debo bike when you see him. All right, a puppet on a
oh,
Debo bike.
have you
Like I'm
seen
not
like the
that.
YouTube funny videos about him with like a roommate? Have you seen those?
No, I have not. I have to
Oh
look him
my
up.
god. Okay. Side note for another time.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
like
I
there's
will
that,
check it out.
and then on top of that, he's an old man. He's an old dying man. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, how about you come in here and catch these? How about we fight for my freedom? All right.
Yeah, like, I think like legit in the movies he's got cancer, like some
Yeah,
uncurable cancer, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Number 8, Leatherface. I'm already scared of rednecks in redneck towns anyway. Just give them a chainsaw and wear someone else's face. Oh yes, there's nothing more I need. Yeah, you're good. But we ranked him number 8. But
I mean, he's still
Leatherface.
just a dude.
For real,
A
once again,
fat, gross dude running around with a chainsaw who probably can't read. Like, pew pew, motherfucker.
I
Sorry.
mean, we both fat. Like, I mean, he can, we can have, we
Yeah,
can take off
I
our
laugh
shirts.
like I have lung cancer, so I mean, like,
Exactly, we can both take off our shirts and then we can sumo wrestle.
Number 7, Hellraiser.
anything supernatural is gonna be hard. Like,
Oh yes.
this guy's pins in his face. I
He,
actually
and
don't know the
this
story behind him.
I remember little when I was little, just looking at him. His this presence was this eerie.
It's scary. Like, is he from a space box or something? Is that what that is?
No, yeah.
It's a space box. He comes from, so okay, essentially you
Yes.
just don't open the box. Like, is that how you like end the series, end the game, or end the movie in the first 20 seconds?
I
Ah,
mean, he
fucking
looks
burn
like
the box,
he's had bad acupuncture. Like, so I'm not really
right?
too concerned about him.
Or maybe good acupuncture. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm not gonna
Number
find out.
6, we get to Pennywise. Oh, Stephen King, Pennywise.
Hey,
Hey,
Yo,
I don't
How y'all
know.
feel about Pennywise?
I feel like Pennywise is kind of hard. Again,
yeah,
supernatural. Oh, he's an alien. So, an alien that feeds on fear, and
Yeah.
he's already gross, and everyone's already scared
Luckily,
of
we're
clowns.
adults. So,
Says you.
I mean, call me Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared.
I ain't never. I ain't never.
number 5, we did Michael Myers. I have
Mhm.
not yet seen Halloween Kills yet, but I'm going to see it tomorrow. So I am waiting to see Michael Myers.
Does he not die at the end of them? I felt like they kill him in a few of them, right?
Man, I
Or is
don't
that just
Yeah, I
know.
not a
thought they
thing?
did
My,
too. I think he
I
just
mean,
went.
it's just
my,
like a
Michael Myers and his family issues are get. It's been 30 years and he had family issues, and
Right.
like I said, I don't understand how they just keep giving Michael Myers calendars at that hospital because all he's gonna do is like, oh, it's Halloween,
I
time to kill
know.
another member of my family. Do 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 do
Yes.
do, like always. Number 4, Chucky.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't know. Just
Mama
he's a little
Bear,
doll. He's
Yep.
Mama
sweet.
Bear, I know you afraid of Chucky. I understand. I understand your whole reason behind being afraid of Chucky.
Okay.
But
What
I'm
did I
I'm
do?
putting him. I am kicking him. I'm putting him. He come
Yeah.
running at me. Yeah, and I'm like
Yeah,
flop.
Chucky will get body easily. That's true.
Yeah,
I
good
don't.
check.
As a group, we might have rated Chucky too high. Number 3,
But he can
Candyman.
hide in like certain places.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
and just
true.
come out of nowhere, and he can like scurry
Yeah.
all quickly and shit.
Yeah, but he
Oh
can't be
yeah.
more than like 20 pounds. Like my dog
Right.
weighs more than Chucky.
But he is me level, bro. Like, I'm 5'5", you're 6'5". You aren't gonna see him come at you. He is gonna slice your Achilles
I'm
you are going to be out.
Achilles gone.
I'm not gonna see him, and I'm gonna accidentally step on him. All right, I already don't go to elementary schools because I'm worried about stepping on kids.
Achilles gone.
Silly.
I don't think
Number
we should go
three,
to elementary schools anyways as adults without children.
number three, Candyman.
Candyman was like 10 for me because if you just don't say his name, he's not going to come for you.
That's
Yes, I
true.
see. I seen your marking. Yep, you was number 10. Uh,
I can avoid
yeah,
that whole situation quite easily.
that's
I get
true.
that. You're right.
I mean,
Number
he's scared of me because he's black. Like, I ain't no lie.
Oh my God.
no lie. I'm sorry. That's just my whole reason, and I'm just like, oh man, this is a black killer dude. Nope.
Right?
you
I'm
know,
like,
you know all the
man.
secrets.
Candyman was hot ranked low for me on my rankings list because I agree. I really don't look for trouble, and so Candyman, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. But number two was on our list together. It's number one for me, and it's Freddy, but he's number two for us.
Okay.
He is my childhood villain because this something that you have to go to sleep and he's gonna be your nightmares. Once I seen Nightmare on Elm Street, it left a lot of sleepless nights some nights.
Mm-hmm.
So with him, he just comes when you start dreaming, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
So he's gonna fuck you up.
I'm up on that. I don't dream anymore. So
Well, I think they try to remake. They did a remake of uh, Nightmare on Elm Street, and the girl didn't go to sleep, but after 3 days, her body was shutting down, making her go to sleep.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he was even saying that like soon you'll be in a coma. I was like, oh God, he's smart.
Yeah.
He just one of them villains that I would never want to be around or him be interested in me.
He's less scary to me now that I've seen Rick and Morty, and they got
God, I
scary.
love Rick and Morty.
They got scary Terry bitch. Like,
Yeah, scary. Yeah.
Yes.
so he's still
Terry's
up there. He's
gross.
still up there. But like scary Terry. Like if Freddie came to me, I'm like, scary Terry, you don't get out of my dream, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
God, I love that episode.
Okay, so we gonna rank. So number one, the Nerds of Tomorrow are our favorite scary Halloween / horror a movie slasher villain is Jason. How y'all feel about it? It won the total. It didn't get no number one votes, but it won in numbers because it was so high up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the
So
thing with Jason, I'm like SumBeardedNerd. I'm not going camping, so you ain't gonna find me at Crystal Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
he comes out of there. He ends up in Brooklyn and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did once, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in
Mhm.
Brooklyn, like I said, knocking people's heads off. And I mean, he's paranormal enough, like that.
Yeah.
I would try to fight him
I think it was
and lose.
Yeah, he just doesn't die. Like you can't.
Jason
kill him.
in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yes, that's what it
There we
was. Because
go.
Brother Man throw a good 20 solid punches, had him at the edge, and then he was tired, and then said, "Okay, hit me with your best shot." And then you remember that game where you take these two toys and they will fight, and
Sock 'em
you
boppers.
try to knock
Or no,
that
not
one.
sock 'em
The
boppers.
sock 'em
Yeah,
boppers.
the
Yeah.
sock 'em robots.
Robots.
Yeah, he sock it.
Sock him.
He
Yeah.
rocket. He rock him, sock him that brother's head off his body in one blow into the dumpster. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with you. But
Mhm.
guess what? As a group, we decide Jason's the man. It's the numbers and numbers. No recount. We're not doing
It
Trump
is.
here.
Oh, stop.
Oh shit.
And on that note, before we leave, Angie's going to give us her
Yay.
top 5 favorite candies.
Hey.
So I kind of grouped these up just to make it a little easier instead of kind of just putting out single candies. So for number 5, I have hard candy. So like your dum dums, your I put runts and nerds.
Okay,
as
I
number
love
5.
runts.
You
Oh, I
that's a
redeemed
good
love
number
yourself.
five.
You redeemed yourself with nerds.
you redeemed
Number-
yourself with runts.
Oh no,
Right?
I'm still mad about almond joy, but you know
Stop.
it's good.
Number
Okay.
4, I have gummy candy. So Sour Patch Kids, gummy worms, dots. I really like dots as an adult now. It's kind of weird.
Mm.
Really, you
Yeah,
don't like tamales, but you like dots. So it really has to be
cinnamon.
the cinnamon flavor. Yep.
Yep. Number 3 is chocolate. So honestly, any kind of chocolate. I have no specific kind. It's
White
all
chocolate. White chocolate all the way. Oh, yes.
White chocolate is good. Number 2
Great.
is taffy. So Laffy Taffy, Starburst,
Oh,
Oh,
Tootsie
got you. Yeah,
Rolls, any
yeah.
kind of stringy candy like that.
Except
mm.
for what the Tootsie
Vanilla,
Rolls you don't like, right?
except for vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
Gotcha.
And then number 1 is Mike and Ike's and jelly beans.
Really?
Yep.
All jelly beans?
All jelly beans. Well, except the like dirty flavored jelly beans, but I do, yep, love jelly beans, love Mike and Ike. I like fruity candy.
So
Okay.
where does that put Skittles on that list?
I put Skittles with jelly bean, like fruity candy. So it's got like that hard outer coating I kind of think about,
It's
and
the
then
hard
like
candy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the inside's kind of like spongy, but not like taffy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of.
You know, they say all Skittles taste the same, and that it's our mind that makes the flavors, right?
I wonder about
Yep.
that because like
Wait a minute.
Fruit
I
Loops doesn't have a
I
taste
think I
either.
seen the tips that tipsy guy put different Skittles in each one,
Tipsy
or was
bartender.
that Jolly Ranchers? Oh God,
He's
I'm gonna
done.
watch the video after this.
He's done Jolly Ranchers. Like I also bartend, so I've done some of the candies that he's done.
Hmm.
And I will say the Skittles ones did taste just like vodka. Like that's why I used my base was vodka, and it did just taste like vodka. Now that I'm thinking about it, looking back on it, I mean it was bright and beautiful in color, but it does taste just like sugar vodka.
I remember putting Jolly Ranchers in Zima, if you guys know what
Mm.
Zima is.
Zima, that's a blast from past.
Right?
You went through it back.
Right. And that always worked out. Nice.
Well, that is a great list.
That was all
Audience,
the lists. Holy crap.
yes, all the list was great. This was our first live. We did a great job. I thought we was gonna do. The more we do this together, the more comfortable we've been
Oh,
in
yeah.
getting our stuff together. I'm really liking it. Audience, come find us. We have more topics, more nerd stuff to do. This is our first live, one of many soon. We are the nerds of tomorrow. Y'all enjoy y'all's Halloween. Stay out of the kids' candy bag. And I'll see you when we see you. Do y'all have any shout outs y'all want to give?
Bye. No.
You said she's ready. Yeah, we ready. We ready.
I have to go to work tomorrow
ready.
morning.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, me
we
too.
all do. Okay.
Well, I work nights, so.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay, yeah,
We
you
the
gonna be
nerds of
good.
tomorrow. Peace.
Bye.